Hello, and thank you for joining us for the game night. Tonight we're diving back into our D&D adventure in the world of Drax Arcadia. It's been pretty crazy, from vengeance being done to a certain dwarf to some thievery, some shenanigans. It's just generally some curious nature. These characters have come a long way already. However, we're going to see how it goes on as we continue their story. So, two of you are in the suite within the Nine Lives Casino. Early that morning, a certain druid has gone to acquire components and gear from some of the shops in the merchant district, leaving you two at the moment in the room. What do you do?
Well, I think I just wake up because I think I was sleeping the last time they were in the room. So I'm gonna wake up. I want breakfast and I'm hungry. Do you want breakfast?
She's a little peckish.
Is Aggie still drunk or is he hungry?
He's
Aggie
asleep on the couch.
he doesn't really get drunk, right? Because he's a dragon.
Yeah, he's kind of immune.
Oh,
he
does have a drinking problem though. He does have a drinking problem.
He just likes the taste.
So I'm ready to eat breakfast. I want to go downstairs and have breakfast.
Okay.
We do have a lot of money now, so we can buy all the breakfast we want.
As you guys walk past the sofa area, and Aggie's still sleeping.
Everything else in the room seems the same, right? Nothing's been out of place. The door hasn't been.
And you knew when the
yeah, Druid left.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wake Aggie up because he probably wants breakfast too.
How do you do that?
I go up and I scratch his little head. I mean, wake up!
He actually kind of like recoils a little bit and like coughs and like a word like
cough.
Is Aggie sick?
Is he sick?
You want to look?
Yes, I would like to. I need to feel his head first.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Roll a medicine
do you even check to see if a dragon's
roll a medicine
sick?
check.
Feel his head for the temperature.
Can I assist?
Okay, I'm proficient in. I'm proficient in that.
If you're proficient, you can assist as well.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
So
either you both roll
7.
one and take the highest in the modifier.
Like me to roll?
Yeah, I got a 7.
19.
Okay. When you start to check him,
I know, but I looked at my thing right there.
He actually feels really dry, and you can tell like on some of his scales are starting to like shed a little bit on the edges.
Don't do this to me.
And he's unresponsive.
We gotta bring
when you're like what, and you're like quick, and you quickly go into your old routine,
and
start checking for injuries, and he has a wound right along the underside,
It's
and it
when
runs.
He broke my fall.
But that runs all the way, and it looks like really pink and puffy.
It's infected.
Okay, well I need to
when
take
you
him
touch it
somewhere.
It smells like flowers.
Do I have any knowledge of what this scent could be?
This would be a nature, a medicine, or if you have a poisoner's kit, I'll give it to you for free. If you're trained in it.
I have medicine.
Okay.
Actually, wait, which one's higher? You said nature. I'll go medicine because it's higher. It's going to be a 15.
15? That's good enough. This wouldn't have been like necessarily a pass-fail on this. This is degrees of success here. The 15 is high enough to get the good ending on this answer. It's not an infection.
Okay.
Thank God.
You can rule that out. It's definitely some kind of poison.
I'm trying to think when he broke my fall though, what would have come in contact with him?
Are you sure it's from the fall?
Well, he's been with us the whole time.
He also took a hit for you in that fight.
Yeah, but from who?
From the guy we were fighting.
Big monster guy that transformed and used toxins and poisons and acids and...
No, I was just thinking about the dwarf before he broke my fall. I don't remember him being hit. Okay. Well,
No, I'm with you. I don't remember.
I don't remember being hit at all.
But I
remember him losing his HP because I fell on top of him. Okay, well then he needs an antidote. But I don't know where to get one of those.
I would say Did we ever get the name of the cat bartender downstairs?
The dark-haired one?
The one that
the
loves
cat one. The one
Aggie.
that loves Aggie.
Oh, no, you didn't. Never asked.
Okay.
I thought I did.
Well, now I'm not so hungry anymore because my dragon is on death's door.
I'm
So we have to.
Are you gonna pick Aggie up?
Yes, I'm gonna pick
Okay,
him up.
you pick
Yeah.
Aggie up. I say we go and find the bartender
Let's go.
who loves Aggie to see if this bartender can direct us in a which way to go or who we may need to seek. Because I also feel like it's gonna be not too easy to find someone who deals with poisons and dragon systems.
Okay. You guys kind of hustle out of your room
Mhm.
and almost run smack into this very broad-shouldered, dark goatee, pulled back black hair. He's got hanging from his ear a little
Oh, he has the earring.
silver earring that you've seen on the security force with a little
Yeah.
cat's paw. At a glance, like just the way he's moving, you're like, oh, tough. That's a tough guy. And then as he like sidesteps you without like breaking stride, like does a quick like almost like Japanese style like bow,
Mhm.
and then like has a little dip. So it's part of and continues on with like an accent you don't recognize.
Seems important.
He's got a skilled vibe to him because he continues on down the hallway towards the end of that hallway. You guys being up at the penthouse area.
I want to check his vibe.
Yeah, I
want to
Sure,
vibe check.
roll an insight check.
Because something.
Can I roll an insight check too?
Actually, you want insight or perception?
Let's
Well, I am. I'm gonna keep my insight.
Insight, okay.
It was a 19 plus 4. So
It doesn't matter which one. They're both the same. So you did insight?
I did.
I'll do perception.
You could roll in the box.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count. Thank you. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It was meant to be.
Do you have a plus or anything?
No, I don't have a
You can't
plus.
test fate.
But so I got a 23.
23 on your insight.
I have a 6.
Totally not interested in what you guys are doing.
Okay.
That is the
perceive
vibe you
any-
get.
But like,
no matter who I play.
He was literally just instinctually.
he's on a mission.
He was moving with purpose and is still moving with purpose down the hall. You guys stepped in his like out of the hall like.
But I guess what I was.
And he just. And,
I guess what I was asking is,
slipped
does
around
he
you.
match the vibe of the other people in the
He seems different.
casino who has his earring, or is something off about him?
A lot of the people that you've seen with this earring that are the security
Yeah.
act tough.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're trying to put out a persona of.
He doesn't seem to be acting.
He is not acting.
No.
He just.
He's just
looks-
confident.
He looks tough. Like you're like, oh, that's a tough dude.
So what
like,
does he look
Yeah.
like? Like features?
Very much.
Pirate. That's
Like-
what
Very much.
That's what he reminds me of.
Well,
Goatee.
the way the goatee is done up in like classic, like almost samurai style,
Okay.
Okay.
with it coming like with the slight edges in the full, you know,
Yeah. You know,
mustache.
I'm
with the
creating a
thing.
vision in my head.
And then the hair is pulled back in like
Samurai bun.
not a samurai bun, but like a high pony,
What is he wearing?
Okay.
all black.
And he has the
suit,
earring.
like suit. But the way he's moving the suit, there's probably armor underneath.
Have we seen anyone in the casino with this suit on, like similar style wise?
All of the security force wear a suit like this.
But does
like
his fit properly?
Hmm?
Does his fit properly?
His looks tailored.
Okay.
I'll give you that. This guy's.
So
and also like some of the security people you can tell have like, some sort of like baton or something
Yeah.
like you can tell like just underneath their
Yeah.
their jacket. This guy you can't see any bulge or any movement from any kind of weapons.
okay.
I'm trying to think what we should do because it's like we have to follow
And
him or
he gets
go.
to the end of the hallway and knocks on a door. And Clementine, you hear.
Oh no.
So she's sitting on the couch. She kind of like pops the headphones off and kind of like looks over the side. Says, "Come in."
You hear the telltale click and the door steps open. And you guys watch him from the hallway step into that hallway. He walks in and goes, "We have a problem."
Kind of like stand up on the couch, like her hands on the back part of it.
She's a little one.
What kind of problem?
Our eyes have put Beckett going into Blue Industries.
Beckett. Does not ring a bell.
Your friend told me what happened. Is there some place that you can lie low outside of the casino? If not, we can arrange to have somebody move you out the city to protect you.
Are you kicking me out?
No, it's just a matter of the timetable's too soon. If he comes now, we can't spring the trap.
Do we hear what's being said, or is it too hush? Or the
He-
closer, because is it at the end of the hall?
He's stepped into the doorway and he's
Yeah.
talking to him from the doorway.
Like,
Roll a perception, because you guys kind of locked in place in like an analysis paralysis moment.
it is going to be a
You can roll
24.
I already rolled, but
Okay.
should I
24.
roll it in here?
Yes,
okay,
in the
okay.
tray.
Whichever was better.
17. I love how you
24.
I love how you were so stressed for me. You like put your hand over there.
Yeah, you were like this to the thing. I was like, ooh, how to catch it.
Sorry.
So
24.
24. Because he's talking in a tone that projects in that
Yeah.
direction, but you catch the phrase Beckett and something about Blue Industries.
Okay, because
For sure. The rest of it either doesn't
There we
make
go.
sense because you're not catching all the rest of the
'Cause I
words to
guess
go in the
we-
context, but that's pretty hard because of how far away he is down the hallway,
'Cause I'm
which is
also
about
trying
it's
to-
about 4 doors down.
Well, I'm trying to picture, like, in my head where they are located. Like, we're walking, there's the elevator, and then there's the stairwell.
You guys are about halfway between where you would go to the elevator.
And where are they?
And the stairs.
They're at
And
the
they're
stairs?
they're at the end of the hall where there is a stairwell.
Okay.
There's just 2 rooms opposite
So it
each
piques
other.
our interest because we hear Blue Industries for sure.
I don't know if it piques my interest, but
Well, it piques
yours.
Oh, that's right, because I was there by myself.
Yeah.
That's,
At
I
this
wanted to
point,
see what it was.
you kind of want to get back and turn in your assignment.
yeah.
I'll look at Ken. I'll be like, where exactly would I be going?
We need you to go. There is a house. We have a doctor that works for us. We might be able to have you hide there. Or no, I'm sorry. There's a.
Don't look at me like that.
Doctor.
You don't hear that.
He's.
How do you know?
Because they're here and we're there.
It's only 4 doors down.
No, that wouldn't work.
I hate to say it. I trust Neo, but I don't really know anyone else here, so I kind of feel like we're back to the square where we're pushing back this thing that I agreed to.
It's still going to happen, and it's still going to happen in the time frame we expect it to. But if he comes here now with Beckett finding you, which we believe is what the targeting reticle in the eye means, that he knows where you're at.
So that crosshair means he's tracking me specifically?
We've heard of this in Warforged who take up some of the hunter skills, and it is equivalent to a hunter's mark.
Well, if he knows where I am, is it the safest place for me amongst you? Specifically next to you?
Or someone who we can trust, who's not our affiliation. Again, we don't want Blue Industries coming to us at the moment, but we might be able to set you up with someone who we are connected to, who serves under Zimnia in a slightly
Or Jason?
detached connection.
Like me.
Kind of. Very much so. Her name is Lady LeBlanc.
Do I hear that?
I would say, yeah. We're carrying on that 24 for this. That does pique your interest.
I'm
When-
just like kind of gonna
when do
like
I leave?
stand up straight and roll my shoulders.
We need some way to
hear that.
contact her. So we'll send a message and see how this goes. I just wanted to talk to you about it beforehand. I don't... From what little I know of you, none of it sounds like you've had an easy time of it. And I've done things, terrible things. But children are off the table, and you do not mess with kids. This kind of flashes a little bit back to Lucas.
Yeah. I wish everybody shared that sentiment, but do the best I can.
Try to keep the mess at the grown-ups table. But I will be returning shortly. I don't mean to agitate you. I just want you to maintain in the loop, to understand that we trust you. So in hopes that you might trust us a little. And he does like a full bow. Very, very good.
Question.
And he begins to move away from the door.
Towards us or towards the
It
Question.
would be
stairs?
towards you, yeah.
Do I have any like symbols that symbolize that I am with Lady LeBlanc? Nothing.
You haven't earned it yet.
But that's what I'm on my way to do. Okay. Trying to think.
Are you guys just standing there in the hallway holding...
I'm
Aggie?
pulling the dragon, but did I hear that you said about a doctor? She says I didn't, but I think I did.
Well, you roll me a perception on this one.
I'm gonna roll it in here.
How
Yeah.
long have I had since the,
Huh?
18.
the second mission?
Do you have no
You would have been
perception?
able to take a longer.
I have no perception.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But 18.
Uh,
I have no extra.
At the distance he was, it's not that you hear... you don't hear the part of... Like, you might hear something that sounds like Doctor. Maybe. But more what you pick up is... they're trying to find some place to take somebody.
How, from my knowledge, how well known is Lady LeBlanc in this area?
She is a renowned mercy giver. She has her estate, which is open for women who have been traumatized and abused, and it is a a house for wayward women and children that that can
It's a shelter.
Yeah. they can get
It's a
back on
safe
their
haven.
feet.
It's a place.
Mhm.
Before Ken leaves, can I like, whoa? So in case this guy,
When he turns back in the hall for a brief moment, you can tell he's got some sort of bladed weapon that runs like the inside of his side of his jacket.
if that guy comes back, I don't know if my like current equipment situation is enough to deal with him. Do you have anything I could like, up the ante a little bit, like maybe like some batteries or like something I could blow up?
Batteries. Like he's trying to you can see he's confused by the word. He goes, I'll see if she'll let you go back downstairs into the construction labs. Maybe you can find something there. Or I'll ask her. But I personally do not use any of those.
Yeah, I just trying to get a.
I will ask. I'll ask. It just gives him enough time that if you guys are headed towards him, that you can intercept him before he gets to
I
you.
would like to. I think he looks way more important than the bartender.
I just feel like the bartender's a good call for Aggie.
So I'm going to intercept him and let him know that, I want him to know he looks like he's important, and I'm
What do you
needing
say?
help.
What do you say?
I go up to him and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. It's like we have a bit of an issue here, and you look like you might know some things. I have my dragon here, and he's been injured, and we're looking for immediate help."
He looks down at the dragon. How did it get injured?
An angry dwarf who became a gigantic monster poisoned him.
When you start saying that, his eyes narrow. He's like,
Would I
when did this happen?
Last night.
question? Question.
Okay.
Would we have? There's two things. gosh, how do I word it? I have questions. I have plenty of them. Time-wise, how long has it been since that battle ended?
You are the next day.
So, like, has it been a full, like,
Long rest.
long rest? So,
Mhm.
8 hours?
At least 6.
At
So
least
that's all
6.
you need for a long rest.
So it's been at least 6. Okay. Because I'm also like in my head trying to see like if it is like we think it's poison, so I'm trying to think of like how that.
long it's been.
Yeah.
It's been at least 6 hours.
Because it also like
But you guys it wasn't. You guys got back. You cleaned up. It's
Yeah.
the morning of the next day. You were out kind of late, but not crazy
too
late.
late, yeah. So what time would you say it is currently?
5, 6 in the morning.
Okay. So it's early.
Mm.
And then second.
Which
No, I don't.
sometime you've seen Ken all hours of the day. You don't know when this guy sleeps.
He's currently drinking too many energy drinks to even function.
He's got his own brand. He's like, oh.
It's like me.
No, I had a question about Lady LeBlanc, but I can't remember what it was.
Can I see all this kind of thing?
Yeah,
My couch
you
cushion?
see a frantic.
Over your couch cushion?
Yeah, you see a frantic woman come up holding a bundle, saying something about, "You seem important. I need your help."
I'm just gonna like
But meanwhile,
walk over.
like walking through the streets, like happy as a clam. Just
Here he
got
comes.
Just got your gear that you
Which, by the way, can we say did not notice that Aggie was injured when he had this whole late night conversation with him?
Oh.
When you guys were up together? You don't remember?
Oops.
He did it again.
I was in bad shape then. I was very confused.
His perception checks are not fine.
Right. But I am on top of it now. Yeah, I've got a little bluebird. I've got a little bluebird familiar on my shoulder, walking back with.
Where is your figure, Alex?
Well, we're using the backup
Sorry,
one at
that's
the
right.
moment.
Oh.
And actually, that makes sense because I came back with
But
a
where's
bunch.
your other one? Did you leave it here or do you
No,
have
I
it?
left it at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
We
got
weren't
everything
sure who
except
had
for
it.
that.
That's why.
No, I've got it. I just left it up on my shelf.
Okay.
But yeah, that actually is appropriate because I come back with my armor all souped up.
Oh, good.
I've got all other surprises, swappable arms and stuff. And yeah,
Just la la la. And
Yeah.
like it's like one of those like
I feel
almost like
you're
a Beauty and the
Snow
Beast
White.
moment where people were like,
Live
hey, you're like,
eternal.
hey, you're like, 'cause
Sure,
you're just like,
absolutely.
oh, and everybody's like, oh, back,
Yeah, everything's waving to you
You're just
randomly.
too nice for them to be like, what is this guy doing? So they're like, hey, wait, what like,
And I would say too that once I talked to them and realized, like I said, now I'm a little bit more coherent. I've got at least cure wounds that might help with, anything they need. So
Something tells me it's not going to.
I have a feeling you're right.
I
But
feel like this
no,
is
you-
more
I have
like
speak with animals. I don't
bigger
know
part of
that
the plot,
that would
but-
help.
Well, Aggie speaks.
you're back now
Aggie
at
speaks
the entrance
common.
of the casino, and you walk in, and you wave at the guard who like waves back at you, and then again looks a little confused for a second as you just kind of like they're like what, but whatever, and you walk by, wave at the bartender, the cat bartender is like and,
He's
like,
just a nice dude.
and head over to the elevator to take you up. Meanwhile, back in the hallway,
He
I would,
narrows.
like turn around and like bounce off the
Couch.
couch and land on my feet. I kind of like peek
Look
around.
how proud you are. You land on your feet.
Kind of like peek around and try to hear what
Give
they're
me an
talking about.
acrobatics.
what are they talking about? What does she over here?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Over
are you
here-
saying to the?
Oh, what is she over here?
Mhm.
I'm saying like, well, he narrows his eyes. You said, so I'm like looking at him like it seems like this like piques interest, or it seems like you've heard of this before.
Sorry.
So I'm like, can you help us or not?
I remember what my question was.
What's your question?
So, like, obviously, I heard him say Lady LeBlanc, right?
Mhm,
Heard that.
mhm.
You've basically said, hey, instead of just being like, yo, we were in a fight, you're just like, there was a dwarf. We fought a dwarf. And he narrowed his eyes at that.
Wait, what? I'm confused. You said I said that,
Yeah, you said.
but I didn't.
You,
Said he turned into a big thing.
Yeah, I just said, oh, it was a dwarf, and he turned into a big, like, toxic thing. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
but he narrowed his eyes at that.
At which part?
That, what you said.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, that's what I know.
But anyway, which I don't think it was smart to just say that. Because,
Why
like,
not?
Well,
we
but it's
murdered
been said.
someone. We murdered someone.
Oh, I don't. It's fine.
It's not fine. It's not fine.
Did we murder someone
Trust the
or?
samurai Bill.
However, obviously he knows of Lady LeBlanc, and a lot of people do. Would he know that there's things that happen outside?
While you're like, kind of like watching this and doing this
Yeah.
mental evaluation of what to say, and she's still kind of doing that frantic, like, help me save my baby,
Yeah.
he goes, did the dwarf look like this? And he pulls out a coin, and he holds it in his palm, and above it is like a almost like a holographic bust of the dwarf that's like it's made of like it's a projection of an illusion.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a Star Wars hologram.
Yeah, I know
that
what you're talking
pops
about.
up, and it is the bust of the dwarf that you guys
Yeah.
went after.
It's a bounty pop.
Which means he was also after him.
No.
Maybe?
No, he caused an issue when he returned last night
So then, at that point, I'm gonna say
at midnight.
at midnight. What time did we?
That he returned at midnight?
What time did we fight him?
Well before that, was like 9.
No. You have you. At this point, I'm a step in. I'm gonna be like, show him the tooth.
I pull the tooth out. And I show him the tooth. I give it to him.
He looks at the picture, and you can see there's a gap in his
Yeah.
teeth.
And then at that point, I'm gonna step in, and I'm gonna be like, Lady, look. Wait, I'm trying to think of how to word it.
He also, though, my dragon's dying, so like,
Okay, but
I just
like,
really want him to help.
this is happening
my
like
dragon.
kind of smoothly.
Like, he's
It's
still
like-
dying.
You guys
Dragging
hear-
from the door.
You can see like a wing and like a limb.
Shut.
And you guys hear like the ding of the elevator,
And
as
then you walk
and you
in.
see Arcus walking up the hallway.
Anyway, I'm gonna turn to.
And I turn around and say, "You're back."
Did I hear
Greetings.
this one say the name of the man outside, like in that hall? Like, did you refer to him as his name when you were talking to him, right?
Clementine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you? Oh.
Tyler.
Huh?
Did you referred to him as his
I
name when
believe
you were
I
talking?
called him Ken to him.
But did you
I
say it?
called him Ken.
You called him
You
Ken?
did.
Okay.
Did I hear that?
Yeah,
I was,
that's-
I was
let
around
me-
the corner though.
You're getting into some higher DCs on that
I'm
because
just
you're
wondering.
talking like down the hall about 4 doors in a room.
So okay.
If you knew this guy's name, he would probably kill you. No,
I don't know if you'll.
um,
Cherry's still out.
don't just whip out his name. That's like crazy.
I'm just gonna be.
Oh, it's Cotton Eye Joe.
Is that baby Coconut Joe?
Ken.
He's just Ken.
He's Knuff.
Is he though?
He's Knuff.
I need him to bring more Canergy to helping me save my dragon.
Well, yeah, you
I,
see her like freaking out, and you see Aggie just limp in her arms.
Absolutely. So I'll go up and cast
Are you-
Cure Wounds.
does it work on poison?
Let's see. Yeah, it'll give her hit points, or at least for now.
You pump a Cure Wounds into him, and you see like some of his color come back, but like no response. Like he doesn't wake up.
Okay. At this. Okay.
And you find this weird because when you left, like you and him were talking, he wasn't hurt at all.
What if someone came in
Wait,
and did that while we were sleeping?
Wait, you said this. He said it happened around midnight. This guy returned.
This guy
we
came
were
back and
asleep.
he did some stuff and like took off.
But it's
I
weird that he
gonna-
would do that to the dragon, but not
Okay.
try and kill us.
Okay.
But I think also Clementine wants to come out of the hall, into the hall.
Kind of put down my. I'll leave the Warforged head on the couch. I'll walk over. And I'll kind of like I'll have my one hand under my jacket and just kind of like walk over and try to see what they got going on. Can I see like the injury? If I mean they're holding.
Are
it
you
above me, so
holding-
I'm like,
Yeah,
this.
You see the child
would,
and go like
I
this.
would say because he had to cast a cure spell on it and everything that definitely you could
Clementine
Take a
says,
look.
I'd like to see the baby.
roll me a medicine check or
Can I just roll like investigation?
Yeah, if you want.
While that's
How tall
happening,
is Clementine?
I'm going to look at
2.5 feet.
this man.
she's
His
shorter
name
than
I
I thought
don't
she
know
was.
apparently.
Balls.
8.
Yeah.
And
Look at it.
The dragon looks hurt.
That looks crazy.
is that what Clementine
It's
says?
gnarly.
That is exactly what Clementine says, isn't it?
I'm gonna look back at him and be like, and like mentally, we know that our fight took place maybe at like what? It was at sunset.
Yeah, it
Right?
was
So,
like
like,
8.
8, 9.
You got back to the hotel about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay, so
Back in the room, cleaned up, like in bed like 10:30.
so then I'm gonna, seeing as he has this hologram, whatever the
Would I see? And
An
I see the
illusion. It's an
hologram?
illusionary projection.
Seeing
Yeah.
as he has
All right.
this, I
And you
am
recognize the dwarf. Too.
Yeah, and when I see a dwarf too, maybe I could, since I have unlimited casting of it, use Starry Wisp around the room to make sure that there's nobody invisible around. If it's
like in
a-
the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
just and just check, just make sure,
Just starts-
make sure everybody's out of the way.
Literally starts like
Yeah.
spraying glitter everywhere.
Yeah,
This little bird on his shoulder.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Hey,
Remember.
Snow White.
But yeah, you throw the glitter on the hallway. It doesn't stick to anybody, which is unusual for glitter, and it kind of lingers in the air and drifts, almost like fungal spores. You don't see any invisible people or
Okay.
any outlines or
But
any-
it's drifting. The fungal spores that you're saying. That's just the effect.
just
of
the effect of it.
Okay,
How
okay.
like like how Groot's thing from
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how it.
yeah.
I look at them and I'm like, can you like bring that a little down?
The dragon.
Yeah.
So then I crouch down and I bring the dragon down
If
to
I take a
you.
really close look, does this look, playing smart character, does this look magical or does it look biological? Like, scientific? Just off my expertise.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Balls.
Also, me
Oh,
too.
God.
I've got.
I have
Pretty-
experience with working with biological enhancements. That's kind of like the grounds that I'm looking at it here. So I'm trying to see if that's something comparable to like the technovirus.
Roll me another d20.
I was like, yeah, try the blue one.
Do it as a tinker's check.
I'm trained in insight.
12.
Right?
12.
If that ever comes up.
You look at it at first and you're like, you can't really make heads or tails of it, and you pull out the pen light that's in your tinker's check and you start like you gently poke around the injury. And you're familiar with this flowery smell. Accompanies the technovirus.
Literally?
It's not. It doesn't look like the full blown thing, but it may be some sort of variation of it, or like a weaker version.
Okay. I kind of click the light off. I kind of look at Ken, and I'll try to tell him I know what that is without saying it.
Without giving away too much.
Yeah.
Give me
I'm this and go.
Very conspicuous.
give me a sleight of hand check for Ken there.
For Ken?
For Ken. Well, okay, as you're trying to convey it, you're doing the thing where you pull the hood down, and you're like, and at first he's kind of confused, but he's like, I think we need to go talk to the mistress.
Is it Mistress LeBlanc?
No.
No. Okay. The mistress of the
Casino.
casino.
Come
Okay.
come with me.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously gonna follow.
And he does not take you towards the main elevator, but you guys get to that part in the hallway, and he keeps going to the right, goes through a set of double doors, which he holds open for you,
Mm-hmm.
and takes you into now everything in here looks like it's stone walls, and it's not painted, and you're now in the employee area of the hotel.
Before they walk to it, does Ken want me to stay in my room or just want me to come?
He said, "Come with me."
Okay.
So
While
you
we're
can
walking-
interpret that as you wish.
While we're walking,
Can we make Clementine do anything that she doesn't want to do? Come on.
I want to walk very close behind him, and I want to try to
Oh, okay.
For you to try and take things from him?
No.
Okay.
I want to try to see what's up.
Okay.
What?
In my butt?
Yeah.
No, right.
Make-
Just kidding.
Is that
Make
what the USB is?
You reach out. You reach out to him, and you feel the familiarity of the Warforged and the Forgeborn and like a technical system. But you're unable to link up to it. It's almost like it's written in a language you don't understand. Like whatever coding he has or whatever however his energy writes it upon his core, it does not, you don't make heads or tails. Like you're connected, you can reach and you can like feel him, but you can't get through. Like it's almost like you're trying to dig your hand through brambles.
As soon as he does that, I'll have like a
nothing
giant.
happens.
Well, he's not physically touching you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Would I know though?
Nothing happened.
No, because he didn't try to like dominate you. He just tried to like reach
So he
it.
snuck it.
Yeah.
Would I
Not
notice? I
him,
wouldn't notice.
she.
He just.
I can roll sleight of hand.
I mean, he just
Won't
tickled.
roll well.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
do it, 'cause I want to notice.
Yeah, go for it. Roll.
Clementine's a she, guys.
Oh shit! Sorry. Well, he's a he.
Nat 20.
Okay,
no.
never mind.
Well,
As we're walking, then I will walk up to him, and I'll kind of like tug on his finger a little bit. I'll be like, "Where are you from?"
Hello. I am from New Eberron.
You're from New Eberron?
I am.
Oh, me too.
Which district?
Alex is
Well, I was kind of really young, so I don't really remember.
I see.
But once upon a time. And then while I touch his hand, I want to try to put a name on him.
ooh, sleight of hand check.
What?
Who's trying
This
to
is
put
a
what on it?
Get his
per-
hands
Should I
on
put
it.
perception.
A nano?
Perception.
You want to put a nano on?
Sleight of hand.
Oh, is this a nano?
24,
Sounds-
Jesus
I'm
wept.
gonna put the nano on him.
All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let's try. Dang, I was going to want it 25. No, I don't get it.
No, yeah, just like up under the
God.
arm.
Which district are you from?
Well, actually, I spent most of my time away from the districts. Really, I prefer to spend my time in nature.
When I look at what does your character look like? Because I have an image, but
Sure.
like, I want to know what year.
Sure. You know, he's a construct, and so partially iron and partially wood. And like since he came back from town, he's got a cloak now, and he's got glowing blue eyes, little blue bird on his shoulder. I mean, at that point, pretty much. Other than that, well, that's not true. I mean, I guess that's all the defining characteristics I can think of. Yeah.
Didn't Clint
So
say
he's
like
predominantly wood.
you said very similar to like Iron Giant, right? In the aesthetic.
Like he's very much like the newer version of Groot from the movies. How he's like got the bark, but then like but you see like how Iron Giant was like.
Yeah.
Had the different components and stuff. He's got all of that mixed together a little bit, almost like a wooden Iron Man.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like picturing, but
He's a
more
Warforged,
wooden
right?
now.
Yeah,
Um,
Forgeborn, Warforged, one of the two. To you, if you're like tomato.
I'll look up at him and if you ever get a free second, I have someone pretty cool if you want to ever meet them. You guys might have a shared experience.
Who would that be?
Oh, just a friend I made like yesterday.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. They must have made an impression on you if you are suggesting that I meet them.
I mean, I kind of have a limited pool of friends, so it's not quite hard to
Really, I
impress
wouldn't
once you.
think that. You seem so nice and non-invasive.
So on that note, what's your oldest memory? Just walking, just walking, just looking
You
up.
pulling a
I would
lumpy?
say,
What's your trauma?
well, being a construct, I do remember being in the forge, and I came out with my brothers and sisters, and so I really remember when I was born, being there in the forge.
In New Ever.
Let me double. Yes.
Princess, I got one for you. Yes.
I didn't know if you were questioning me or she was questioning me, right?
And I'll. That's really interesting.
You've never heard of a Forgeborn Druid. Never,
Oh, no.
never once.
He's very
There's
excited.
rangers.
Yeah.
There's rangers because they're more like hunters.
Mhm.
No,
Technology magic and nature magic are opposites the way that
Yeah.
blood magic and
Yeah.
psychology are.
very opposing forces right there. It's like like order and chaos mixed in
Yeah.
one batch. All right. Well, you guys have progressed down the hall
Wow. Okay.
to the
To
service
the
elevator.
the employee place.
And this one's used to move cargo or to transfer like the rolling carts for food and deliveries and things like that. So you come into that and it takes you down to the first floor, but you're behind the scenes. And you guys are all brought into a room that's off of a little side stairwell that goes up into what looks like a place with like windows all around, like a horseshoe around the building, or around the room.
Mhm.
That looks like it's looking down onto the casino. Like you're like looking down in through windows
Yeah,
into
it's
the
where
casino.
like the head person, like the most important person in the building,
And
like looks at
but
everything.
like you immediately go like, that's not possible with this array. So there's some sort of magic or
Sorcery.
technology or something's happening here to give them a view all over the place.
Mhm.
But you do see a female clad in the black leather, metal armor pauldron, black cat tail, cat ears, turn and look at you guys.
I was just thinking that I know her from from before. What does she say anything? How does she look when she's surprised to see us? Is she annoyed? Like, what is the?
What's the vibe?
She
Yeah.
turns around with a look of like, to Ken. And he says, "Wait here," right after you come in. Walks over and whispers some stuff to her.
Okay.
Does she look familiar, like description wise? Like just looking at her, have I heard of her description before? Like of someone
You've
fitting
had
this
a
image?
quick rundown of some of the different
Yeah. Heads.
heads of the different factions, and you're pretty sure this one's the head of the assassins.
Heard.
So
I'll try to stay close to the door like I did last time.
Yeah.
Just kind of put my little hood on. and
Well,
show
I'm
her.
going to like probably wait because I'm letting Ken do his work.
Yeah.
And to see what's going to come out of that conversation.
Yeah.
That he's having with her.
you had a quick rundown on the cartels. You're pretty sure this one is Zemnia, the leader of the Black Hand and the assassins.
Which, because if I remember correctly, they all have on the back of their outfits, they have that black the hand outline,
All in the
right?
pauldron.
Right here.
She on her back looks like she had something stitched there before
And it's
that has been ripped away.
okay. Okay.
But she is decked out in like the form-fitting black leather armor
Yeah.
kind of thing. Definitely assassin vibe. Like,
But like to me, does she? Because I don't really leave my like. Would she mean anything to me? Like as far like that's not something that I would know or recognize. I'm just like, to me, she just looks like she's important. She may be dangerous, but I'm not scared of her. But it's not something I'd recognize like you would recognize.
Like when you guys walked in, she kind of smiled at you guys.
Yeah.
But like I would give you a free check on this one. The smile did not make it to the eyes. And then it was
Yeah, it's
and
like
then she looked at Ken and like
it's a
and
fake smile.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, like I'm really not happy to have you here. But I mean, like I wouldn't know. Like she's familiar with the assassin. She's familiar
Right.
with that. Like
Which you don't even know.
in
And-
the lore.
Clementine-
Ember wouldn't know
And
that.
Clementine, you've met her. You know who this is.
So then, since I don't know she's any like for me walking in, for
This
Ember
is a
walking
new
in,
friend for
she's
you.
not really
You haven't met
scared.
this person yet.
Oh. Greetings. What is it that you do here?
She like
Sometimes
pat
cracking up.
she pats Ken on the shoulder. Who
I'm just gonna
he
go.
kind of like bows his head for a second, just steps aside. She's like, "Oh, a little this, a little that. Hi, nice to meet you." She comes over and she reaches out her hand to shake yours. She's like, "I'm Zemnia.
Well, hello, Zemnia.
What's your name?"
My name is Arcus Aurelius.
That is an impressive name.
Well,
I like the bird.
Zemnia is an impressive name too.
She like reaches like a clawed fingernail at the bird. She says, "I like birds."
Oh.
Yeah, because she's
But
a
like,
cat.
but she like the way she's saying it. She's like, I
She's
like
gonna
to
eat it.
I like a cat likes birds.
I
Oh.
like birds.
I like
I'm picturing
birds.
Wednesday. Wednesday in human lady form.
And she looks over at you and says, "And you're the one with the sick dragon.
I am.
Can I see?"
I look at her because I see the way she looked at the bird.
Mhm.
And I kind of apprehensively am like,
I'm just gonna
I give her.
push
She's
your
like, "I already
hands
I've
out.
already had lunch." She sets him down. She sets him down on one of like the little side tables. And she mutters some stuff, and you can see like out of the corner of your eye, it looks like there's something moving, and when you look, there's nothing there, but you swear you hear like
Like whispering.
and she's like, and she looks over at
What
you,
species is
Clement.
she?
She is
Shifter.
a shifter, but she's got feline traits. You've heard of the ones with
Yeah.
wolves, like
Yeah.
wolf, like there's a bunch of like the different animalistic
Mhm.
curses from lycanthropy. These are the third, fourth generations.
We
Yeah.
no, but not like no.
Gotcha.
Remember necrodancer?
She looks over at you
Yeah.
Sorry.
and
Okay.
goes,
Sister.
"They told me you know what this is."
Do you
actually look at them?
I do. I do. I'm going to look exactly like that at you.
It's not the same as Abby, so.
It's
Only I can't do this. I have to do this.
That's okay. Cool. I was
Yeah.
Look
thinking-
down
Yeah,
at you.
yeah.
Can
Just
you
figure the
repeat?
cat traits.
I'll look at
Yeah,
the
no,
dragon
it
and
would
look
be
back
very
at her.
it's similar.
And I'll say that
Gotcha.
what that is
So,
that's
like,
even
the-
more
yeah.
reason
Gotcha.
to go where I'm trying to go.
And I'm
I
interested.
understand Ken also talked to
heard
you
him say that.
about taking a walk
Oh.
for a few hours.
Yes.
I think we might have a way of achieving multiple things at once. This little one will need something that you'll know what it is when you see it. But I don't know what kind of poison this is, and that is intriguing.
It's not that
And
intriguing.
you need to be out of here for just a little bit. You need to find what this needs to recover. And you have just the right people to put the cure together.
What do you know?
Hmm.
So what do we have to do?
Are you one of hers? I don't see the badge.
We
She like, our cameo. I don't see the.
and I'm gonna and I am gonna be like okay, I'm just gonna gesture towards Ken and I'm gonna be like from what
Yep, he's just Ken.
yeah, he's just Ken.
I'm just
just
Ken.
I'm gonna
We're
outside theater.
from all that I have
I love that
gathered
it's Oscar nominated.
I just want to assassinate and eviscerate.
from all that I have gathered about what has happened last night since we returned here, we did encounter a gentleman, if you would call him that, who apparently wreaked some havoc here about midnight last night.
She like side eyes to Ken like. And he's like, "You're the two that killed the dwarf."
And I'm just gonna own up to it.
Yes.
He didn't stay there.
I figured
We
that
gathered
out.
that much.
However, that was my first mission from the lady.
I don't think she knew
Also,
what she
silver
was
lining,
sending you into.
If he didn't stay dead, we didn't murder anyone. Look at that.
Do you say that?
Yes, look at things coming together. That's
I'm,
exactly what
I'm
I
not
said.
even gonna look at her. I'm gonna
Again,
keep my
that
eyes
is saying
here.
bright side of things.
She pulls,
She's lucky. She does view
pulls
the bright
a-
side of things.
She pulls a vial from her pouch
Uh-huh.
and she shakes it. She's like, "This was left on the stones near."
He exploded.
Well, he got better
Yeah, I figured.
because there was either he dragged himself into the sewer or something dragged him into the sewer. But the blood he left behind, when we had it tested by our capable individuals downstairs, shows an element of troll in the blood.
that would
Oh.
make sense.
She just flips the vial finger over finger, and she goes and like just like flicks it over, so it sails through the air at you,
Yeah.
Clementine.
While
Like,
this,
roll me a dex check.
Oh no.
while,
Or
while,
dex save. I'll dex save.
while that's in the air, I am gonna say
Watch this now.
Perhaps
I'm
it
gonna.
was some sort of hybrid
14.
troll.
Oh,
Yeah, you catch it with ease.
I'm.
Almost like she tossed it like right into your hand.
Yeah.
She's like, that's gonna be one piece that you need. Spirits told me you're going to know what the other piece is when you see it.
Yeah, I've done this before.
You were saying?
Yes, I was. And now I don't remember.
While you're thinking about that,
I don't remember.
it'll come back.
okay.
It won't.
It always does.
Well, no, because I had something to say earlier and I lost it too.
I think we need to get Beth a notebook to write down the thoughts, so then you'll remember them. Look.
I'm learning.
I want to go to bed. I'm tired.
Oh my god.
But no, she did say if you were one of hers, and you were telling her that this was your first
My first mission, yeah. Which is why I don't have the patch quite yet.
Nothing wrong with that, but she tends to take on the cases that honestly we don't always go after the ones who need justice. She does. But if you're going to kill someone in the city, it better go through me.
I understand.
And since you work for her, I don't have a problem with what you did last night.
I love your face, Alex.
Because Arcus kind of like showed up, like, and then
Right.
fight. He just was like, oh, let me kind of. He didn't start it, but he certainly finished it.
With the mole.
Yeah, he started.
The mole worm.
The mole worm. We still
Yeah.
need a stuffed animal of him.
Can you guys tell me a little bit about
with a removable
who
like
this
little
guy
like
was and what
device.
he could do?
What was his name again?
Who?
You can put
The guy in
something
the
in
dwarf.
this
Yeah, what was his name
Oh,
again?
Main character.
Let me pull that
in
up.
character.
Because he was.
Well, he.
I'm getting his name.
Yeah, what was his name?
And
Tell me
that's what
about
he's looking
Ken.
up right now.
Did he even tell us his name?
Well, I know his name. You
Oh.
don't know his
Tell me
name,
about
but you
Ken.
know what he looks like.
Yeah, he had a
Just
gold
that's
tooth.
it. I'm sorry.
He's a dwarf.
What kind
And-
of things could he do?
He's the dwarf.
Well, he.
He used vials of what I can
His
assume
name
to
is
be-
Gobrith Orfoot.
There you go.
He had vials of.
He was very
potions.
much like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind
Yeah.
of character with
As the
poisons and reagents
Yeah.
and
He was also a
And then-
like terrible like serial killer who murdered my best friend's
Oh.
mom.
As
That's why I
the
was looking for him.
as the battle with
But,
him
like,
progresses,
he's
he alters
mm,
his
yeah.
appearance and in term that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
He just
effect,
gets bigger and bigger.
which would make sense for the troll blood in him.
Could we
I also have his pickaxe still on my back.
Could I
You
run
do.
a comparison between the injury and
does have his initials on.
It does good.
between the injury and this file and see exactly like what I'm looking for? Because if I can take his blood and reverse engineer it into a cure like I've done before, I can't just go straight from the blood. I have to make something that binds to the blood.
Do you mean to tell me the individual we defended ourselves
He's
from?
alive.
Oh dear.
I love it.
Although the child's here to help now.
The
apparently.
child-
himself.
It's like
That's great.
I am not.
The child is.
I love you. You're awesome.
Her name's Lorelai.
Lorelai. Lorelai is right. The child is here to help, and hopefully the child will tell us everything now. Apparently, the child knew what this was, and we're gonna have to learn to trust each other.
I like that tone.
She's full of
That's my
mystery
tone.
and
And this
intrigue.
is what you
Your
get.
tone?
Yeah.
She's full of mystery and intrigue, and I don't think that forcing her to answer any of your questions is going to help you.
Oh, I
in the
didn't
long
ask her a
run.
question. I didn't ask her a question. I just said it seems
Thank
like
you,
she knew
ma'am.
a little bit more
I'm
than
gonna-
she was willing to what she let on.
I'm going to tip my...
Do you have a hat?
I do.
Nice.
I do. She is wearing a hat,
Nice.
which she has cleaned up.
It seems like she knew more than she said. She's keeping everything really.
I don't make a habit of walking up to strangers and telling them all my secrets.
Which
It's
is
not
a smart move
secret.
to make.
It's,
Oh, it's a
hey,
secret.
it's like, can you help my dragon? And you said you didn't know.
And if
But I'll let
helping
that
your
one
dragon-
slide
if
for
helping
now.
Your dragon gets me killed, then it's not a very good.
I'll let that one slide for now. Clementine.
You don't know the name. The name has not been said.
Guess you'll have to cut it. Guess you'll have to cut it.
Which is why my character just referred to her as the child.
And you asked a question about Ken.
I did not ask a question
I
about
did.
You
Ken.
did, okay. What are you looking to find out?
Just what I'm seeing in front of me.
Best description. He looks like. Did you see the new Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes.
No,
No.
but I know Ken. Like, no, that's a different game.
Oh,
That's
God.
Street Fighter. Never mind.
I was
That's Street Fighter.
I'll say the actor that played Scorpion in that. He very
Okay.
much has that kind of like look to him.
Okay.
He's got the goatee.
Okay.
the
Yeah.
pulled
Yeah.
back black hair.
Okay. You mentioned earlier. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Gotcha.
unusually so in Drax Arcadia, Asian features. Excuse me.
No.
Gotcha. All right.
It's not a common thing.
Gotcha.
So where are we going? That seems like this catch-all place. And what do I get out of it? So it's not done.
Is it this one? Wait.
She just shrugs. What do you want?
Yeah. Batteries?
Can I see?
Oh, nice. All right.
Give me
That's
batteries.
exactly the actor I was picturing the whole time.
Yeah.
The entire time
Yeah.
that was him, but I know
Really,
his
did you
name.
see it?
I was
Yeah,
I was
thought it
bouncing between him and the guy from Inception.
Because he's been in
I couldn't
everything.
quite settle down.
No, but he's been in everything. He's been in Avengers. He's been
Wait,
in
was
Wolverine.
he?
He's
Yeah, he was in-
he's
he
been
was
in
in Shang-Chi.
everything. He's in Shogun.
Oh, I
He's
didn't realize that.
yeah, he's been around forever, but he ages like fine wine. So, like, I don't know how old he is. He could
Like
be
all
like
the other Marvel.
he could be
male
40. He could be
actors.
65. I just don't know. All I know is that he's chef's kiss. So that's so funny. That's exactly who I was picturing in my mind. Nice description.
Batteries.
I can give
He's
you batteries.
64.
How many?
What do you need?
I'm trying to make something to help me keep people away from me.
Aw.
I think batteries is
Aw.
a good start for something I'm picturing in my head.
Do you seek shelter?
She kind of like she's like not like batteries and mechanical things are still kind of like I use stuff that uses this. I don't understand it. So if you could just she like slides you a piece of parchment and a pencil that says if you could just draw what you're looking for, I will have my people get it.
Do we all hear this, or is she having a private conversation?
She's right there open with it.
Okay,
'Cause I
so
could
like we're
probably-
all listening to this, and what you said, looking for shelter. I'm wondering why a child is alone, too. Like, what? Like, I'm interested in her.
That also intrigues me.
And,
Yeah.
And I would probably be able to translate that she's looking for a power source of some sort.
I'll draw like kind of like a very like primitive battery, and I'll do like a couple little like more modern versions of it.
So anything looks like this.
Yeah, preferably one that could like
Okay.
maybe something I'd wear as a backpack.
Normally, I would reach out to Beckett for this kind of stuff, so I have to reach out to someone else now.
That's so unfortunate.
Mm.
Do you say that?
Yes.
Shit, I didn't know you two had a history.
I didn't know that he was gonna be there.
What? Okay, wait. Vibe check. How's your character acting? Can I insight check to see like what's happening? Like if there's any change in.
Sure,
like-
yeah. I mean, you don't have to insight.
I'm just
I'll tell you what
curious.
she looks like.
Well, I'm just like.
She's up against the wall.
Yeah,
like
because I remember you said she
next
was like.
to the door.
Yeah.
She's got as soon as
Because you said her hood was up.
Yeah, as
That's
soon
why
as
I'm
Zemi
like.
mentions Beckett, she kind of leans against the wall and she'll cross her arms and kind of just like. When she mentions history, Clementine will kind of smile, but then kind of go back to that. Like,
I'm trying to see if it's like bad history or if it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's what I'm trying to vibe check. Like, if is it like a grimace or like a smirk or like
it's kind of like a devious little corner cheek.
Does she
Okay.
feel
Like one
unsettled
second.
at all, though?
Yeah.
has she
But
been
she puts
shifting
on
her
a
feet?
confident air, but she's
Like, has
unsettled.
she been shifting
Not
foot
of
to
the
foot?
current situation, but like in general, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because Clementine
Aw.
is always to be confident, but she's unsettled. And underneath.
Yeah, when I see him, I'm not going to apologize for what happens next. So maybe just if you talk to him again, keep us in separate corners.
The moment he walked into Blue Industries, he was no longer connected to us. It's at this point, Clementine, you feel that connection to Lucas kind of open up a little bit, and an image flashes in your head of that dwarf that you've been seeing on this thing, following a woman down an alley.
Wait, you see that?
I kind of do I know this alley at all? I have been around. Can I at least tell what district it's in?
Can Clementine, if Clementine was to describe it, would I have knowledge of possibly where?
There's enough of like being able to see like the cross streets and stuff, and you've been around town enough between all of you. It'd be a minor skill challenge
Okay, I want to do it.
to make either a knowledge history check to remember where it's at, or a survival check to figure out by the cross streets and things.
All survival.
I'll do help you too.
Yeah.
I'll say I've got a friend.
19.
I've got a friend
20
who's making his way around
with
the
the one.
city.
Oh, nice.
What was it?
and
Survival or what?
Survival
He
or
seems to
history.
think that dwarf you're looking for is.
Do the same
And
thing.
I'll describe it.
11.
And 15?
History?
No,
19.
13.
I got a 19 in survival.
Or did I roll?
Yeah.
I got an 11 in history.
Plus my 2
11,
is 13.
19.
19.
I just gave her 13.
Oh, thank you.
So you're 19.
I can guide myself.
That's high enough. DC was 13.
Nice.
And you more than enough successes to achieve this. But you exceeded the DC high enough that it's going to take you less time to figure this out and able to make your way there if that's what you want to do. You know he is over in just past the Main Street area, like where that area crosses into the docks and some of like the warehouses and like minor shops and stuff that you would use to get any sort of nautical equipment or food stuffs or set up provisions, fresh water, stuff like that. But he is headed that way. And he is following a purple-haired tiefling woman.
Okay, when I relay that, what's the general reaction here?
That is not good.
Okay.
She's in danger. If he's following her, she's in a lot of danger.
Did it look like that woman was gonna get cornered in like a minute, or like
Do we have enough time to
was
get
he just
there?
walking behind her down the street? You said an alley, right?
Roll me a sense, perception or sense motive, one or the other.
Are tieflings common
Is
here?
that all?
What? Check.
A sense motive or I'm sorry, insight or perception.
That's a good question. Alex wants to know if are tieflings common here?
You walking around the streets? You didn't see any where you were walking?
I mean, a tiefling could probably handle their own, but I don't. He's dangerous.
So that might give us.
You guys didn't see anybody in the more civilized areas of town. Yeah, you haven't seen one either. No, not
Have
this
I?
big.
I haven't.
There's
I
a,
would.
there's like an actual there's a tiefling lady
In
who's
the.
a member of Lady LeBlanc's staff. It turned
Okay.
out.
They're like nomadic.
Perhaps she would be the person to.
But that one's like an iridescent blue, very very bright blue, almost like like the blue on a fish. Like
You said purple hair? What did you say
Oh,
she was
this
purple?
this one's purple.
She's a purple tiefling.
She's purple hair, like a dark purple hair, purple
Gotcha.
skin tone.
Okay.
Dark.
So it's
purple,
not the
purple
one
to
that's what
black
he was saying.
horns.
Yeah, it's not the one for the. Yeah, I mean.
8, nothing crazy.
He's not moving in the like the little brief stutter image. You're like it's because it's not a full like doesn't play like a movie. It's like a series of images. It looks like somebody who's stalking somebody, not somebody who's about to jump on them yet.
Maybe I could go get a bird's eye view of this.
I already have somebody who can help keep like a general eye on him. Instead of rushing in and fighting him and beating him again, just so he can get up again.
Well, we have to find him first, don't we? Or do we?
Well, if we have,
She's saying she has someone that
I have a friend who can follow.
Okay.
that
To
can
make sure.
surveil.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna fight him again, you might want to actually have the tools to take him down for real this time before you actually
I will
see.
say I would.
piss him off again.
Well, I mean, we were pretty confident that he was
I
dead.
also would have wanted to grab, but we didn't have time to go shopping yet. I wanted to grab health potions and all that.
Okay.
Before we go out into another battle.
You could definitely acquire them on the way there, or you can, if you want, you can ask Zinnia,
Yeah.
and she might be able to supply.
I'm just gonna ask: Is there any way to grab some supplies either before we head out, or do you know a place on the way there that we might be able to get some health potions and stuff to aid us in this battle?
She like looks over at the guy like decked out in backpacks.
Yeah.
She's like, he's got supplies. What? Do you need health potions?
Some would be
That would be
useful.
useful.
She reaches into her
Just
belt
a few.
pouch and she pulls out 2 red vials.
You kind of kicked my ass last time.
She hands off 2 of them. They're basic health potions.
Okay.
Here.
Yes, thank you.
So 1 for each of you.
I'm gonna put it in my.
How much
pocket.
is the bounty on his head?
It's a good question. Smart.
It's a very interesting question. Did she tell you?
She did not.
Hmm.
All I have been told is it's time for me to get a little bit of justice myself.
It's not a lot. It's only 250 gold. This was a private bounty that was issued by a specific individual.
Also, real quick, what exactly did he do here last night? If I can have those details.
She goes over to one of the
battle.
screens and she puts her hand on it, and you see it like boom, 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 like ripple, like she just put her hand in water, and it changes to the view of one of the rooms, like on the inside.
Okay.
And like it is tore to pieces. There is blood all over a bed.
He killed another. I'm straight up gonna be like, another female?
One of our guests.
Was it one of the ladies who was with Torin when we first went up there?
And where's Torin then?
Torin's not here. Torin left.
Sorry, yeah, he
There's
did.
no body to look at to gauge whether that is or isn't.
Could I ask? Could I just be like, was it any? Because there was 2 women next to. Can I just like describe? I don't personally remember how they look, but could I describe them to her and ask, was it one of these individuals?
She'll be like, that definitely fits the description of what this person used to look like.
With that, I'm going to just like, you'll notice her eyes kind of just narrow, and like she's like kind of laser focused now, because this is someone who she has crossed paths with at this point. While it was very brief, she feels some sort of like, this was because she didn't finish the job completely.
So, guilty.
A little bit of guilty, but more so a little bit of,
this could have been avoided.
This could have been avoided. Another one didn't have to die.
Can I walk over to her and like, can I have the puck? Is that what you like?
Yeah, the Ken hands you the coin. You just rub it and it goes off. When you rub it and it comes
just
back
from
up.
knowledge, is this what I turn in with like proof of death to like get a bounty? Is that how this works? Like just
How do you collect bounties here? We haven't gone over that yet.
Well,
this is off the table asking.
Oh, okay. Oh, we'll go with an in-character explanation.
Okay.
Ken's gonna look at you and go, if it's an assassination, you bring back the proof of the assassination to her. She's the head of the Assassin's Cartel. Upon verifying that the body or the individual is no longer amongst the living, which we have our ways of doing from right here, you are paid.
Sounds like we have to bring him back in pieces.
If it is a bounty for capture, that is not for us.
I'm Also, at this point,
that would actually be directly linked to the Ebonbane Inquisition. They handle most of that, or the White Guard, depending on who it is.
So either them or you would cast this, depending on the state that he is in.
Since he is actually a kill bounty,
so it would go
it would
here.
go to back to us.
I'm going to, at this point, take the pickaxe off of my back and just set it. Cause I don't like. I'm just gonna hold it, and
You swing it, and it like
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't feel as heavy as it should.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold it out, and I'm just gonna be like, I don't think I have any use for this unless you can think of a reason why. And at that point, because I did wrap it, I'll unwrap it, and then the initials would be shown.
You see Zimnia kind of smile at that, like he has put that in the head of many a woman. And it'll be interesting for him to not have that anymore. Forever.
I kind of want to put it in his head.
That would be poetic.
I like how you think.
It is a +1 pickaxe.
Yeah. Then
It is enchanted.
I am gonna look at her then, and I would be like, then do you mind if I hold on to it to make sure it is a poetic end?
I don't need it. And I wouldn't count that for reporting him dead either.
Yeah.
Because anybody could steal something from somebody.
You got the tooth.
Which is a different cartel. I don't deal with theft.
I still have the tooth. Yeah.
That's funny. That's why.
How much is that tooth worth, by the way? Just like off the table.
Oh, it's got a. She's like, can I see?
Yeah,
She
I
looks
hate
at
it
it, she
too.
goes, I'm not a thief, I don't know her. She hands it back.
You're not a what?
I'm not a
tiefling?
thief.
A thief, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what tiefling do we find this?
D&D racism. Oh, I mean speciesism?
Yeah, I'll take the tooth back. But for her, I'm not interested in selling the
I'm
tooth.
gonna
For me,
equip
it's a
the pickaxe
souvenir.
For now.
Yeah.
And you said it's a +1
It is
pickaxe?
a pluck one.
I'm gonna bring the
pickaxe.
tooth to my best
A
friend.
pluck one.
Because you said it was a
You
war
pluck
pick.
one pickaxe and it.
Using my knowledge of this.
Because you had me at a war pick, so would I just go in and add a
Yeah.
+1 pickaxe
Oh, it's a
instead?
+1 war pick or whatever that is.
I didn't see one of those. I'll find it. I got
Is
this.
there something I could make really quick using this blood? With some extra stuff, is there anything I could make that would suppress his like ability to change or like cancel out one of his abilities to change temporarily so that we could have a better shot at taking him down?
That is a very good question. Not in this room. If you want to go back to like the area that you were before, not that particular place, but there is like Alchemist's Bay that you can use.
Yeah.
I'd say you could make a check to try.
Yeah.
When you bring that up, she goes, "You know where to go.
Also,
Be careful."
you said it was an enchanted pickaxe?
Yeah, it's +1.
It is just +1 hard.
When you like, you're like, I'm gonna wield this thing and I'm gonna use it to that. When you like when a little bit of light catches it,
Yeah.
nothing reflects on the pick, like on the war pick,
Yeah.
pickaxe looking thing itself. But you can almost hear like a faint screaming of like multiple voices, like off in the distance.
Oh, does it capture
It is.
its souls?
Yeah.
Does it hold on to souls?
Could I vibe check that?
Just her.
Oh,
Could I vibe check that?
Sure.
I want to hear the cool stuff.
Would that-
This would be
Screaming,
this
people are
would
in
this would be
pain.
a Arcana or Religion check.
Bad
I'll
vibe.
hold up
Or
my
religion.
arm
I want
and
this
like
cursed item
just
in my
like
home.
an axe comes out of it, and I'll be like, I've already got an axe, and that one's creepy.
19?
19. It doesn't feel like this thing collects souls. It just remembers the
The
kills.
screams. Remembers.
That's the scream. It's the last. What you're hearing is a symphony of the last screams of everyone who was killed with this thing.
Not really better.
Definitely
Is there any way to like?
Not really
Does it like?
So he definitely cuddles without it.
You said it remembers the kills. Is there any way to see the kills through it?
You want to?
You could certainly try.
I'm just intrigued.
Give me a wisdom check to see
Emperor
if you
was
can.
concerned about her
if you
dragon,
can-
but
if
she's
you-
even more concerned about this one now.
If you can spark
concerned about a lot of
your
things.
old connection.
No,
No, I'm concerned.
Okay.
Not that you're concerned,
But it is
I'm
a possibility.
concerned about.
okay. You're concerned about me now.
I'm a little concerned.
I would definitely like to grab some food before we go out, though.
Oh yeah, I still didn't get breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry, but like
My character's rather parched.
Also, I'm gonna trust
Zamina?
Zemna.
Is it
with-
Zemina? I always thought it was
Zemnia.
Zamina.
I'm gonna
Zemnia.
trust
Zemnia.
Zemna and leave Aggie here with her to look over if she's willing. Because I can't leave him alone and I can't bring him with me. Not in his condition.
I can use him too.
Hmm?
What?
So I can like use him.
To do what?
To help
Make
him.
the
Stuff.
cure.
Yeah.
Stuff? What? First of
Helpful
all-
stuff like
Oh.
a cure.
I'm going.
Yeah, but aren't you going? You're not
Yeah, I'm
staying.
going to the lab to
Yeah, that's
downstairs.
yeah. No, I thought you were going somewhere.
Oh no, I'm just gonna go
Okay,
upstairs.
yes.
I'm
Do-
just like
Do you
gonna
want to
say
go with Clementine to the lab?
Yeah, I'll go with her.
really quick.
Not playing.
Really quick while this is
God.
happening and they're
Yeah.
arguing.
Trolling you.
Can I just go say like
Nice.
a prayer over Aggie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely
What do you
nothing will befall this.
I'm just basically gonna be like, oh god, I didn't even think, because that was gonna be like while that's happening, just like slight whisper, kind of just like
Where is that injury? Is it like on the
It's
side?
on like under his
It's
wing.
like-
I
it's
think.
under,
it's
it's like in
literally
the
like
armpit
right
area
here
of the.
on the chest and wraps back and up and around.
That's
like,
why it'd be hard
behind
to
the
see.
Damn, so like if I just like amputated it, would it be fun?
I would prefer that my dragon had both his wings.
Two things.
I use him
wing.
for
To do it
things.
would actually eliminate one of the lungs,
Oh damn.
One thing then.
And also
an
he'd
arm-
fly in circles.
an arm,
He
a
flies
wing,
circles. That wouldn't be helpful.
and you
Would it live?
and you know the way that the other you know
Well,
the way
because
that the
we don't make
other
robot
stuff
wings.
works is it's already in the bloodstream.
Okay. Yeah. That,
It's a-
Lorelai made a good point. You can make a Winter Soldier robot
Right.
robot wing.
apparently I would still die though. So.
Yeah.
How about that one?
Could I do spare the dying during
Only
the
'cause you put it
procedure?
That
Well,
would cost you a lot. Of
You put the whole thing in the dishwasher.
Clementine would not do it out of the goodness of her heart.
No.
Yeah.
You guys had a
Oh,
little.
Apparently
I
only
was
my
gonna-
character does things out of
You're
the goodness
doing
of
the
her heart.
blessing, and
Yeah.
and what are you doing?
I'm basically giving him
Unlike
this
my other
last
character.
right
I'll
just
probably
in
go out
case.
in
Just the
nature
complete
somewhere if I
opposite.
can. Yeah, just
This is a cool case, by
True.
the way.
There's some very like it's not nature, but there are some like gardens with some cafes in the area.
right.
So and you're having food brought in.
No, I ordered.
Real food. Okay.
Also, Phil, I ordered food. The doorbell might ring, so I apologize.
Would there be anybody here that I could
I'm hungry.
network with or anything? I mean, I guess I'm not really the point of like having a druid circle, so
Are you
No,
social
but,
networking? Is that what's happening?
that's what I'm trying. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm a very outgoing robot.
you
Are you starting a pyramid scheme?
there's a nice like garden
Get a Simone.
cafe like with the tables and like the overhanging like vine work, like the like what do you call it? The trundles? Is that right? Is that the word for it?
What,
you have,
what are
like,
you
the,
thinking?
Where like the
Oh.
vines grow up. It.
Trellis?
Trellises.
Oh,
thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
Trellis.
Pergola
Uh,
trellis.
Trellises with like flowers and gardeny stuff and a couple of like
One
big
second.
trees.
Thank you.
Comparatively,
Hopefully
city
that
trees.
helps.
That you
I'm
saw on the
giving
way
you
in.
this last
So
right, just in
when you
case.
head over that way to kind of like let them do their thing and you
Yeah.
kind of do yours. No, you're over there at that. You can see people coming and going from the cafe for a little bit, and you see like one of the tables. There's a server that comes out who's got a little gold dragon wormling on his shoulder,
Hmm.
and then he sets down this like clay pot, like almost like a baking dish with like something on like in it, and the dragon like and blows flame over it and makes a little creme
Is it-
brulee.
Okay. I
Wait,
think
that's-
Aggie needs a friend. I think I need to collect all the dragons as I go through D&D.
Probably be pretty excited about that. I'd be like, oh,
I want to.
look, do it again.
The dragon like pops it. The dragon like pops its head up and looks at you with its head cocked a little bit to the side. It goes, "Are you hungry?"
No, but I'm fascinated with
Great
what
answer.
you're doing.
And he goes, when he blows flame up into the air. He and like goes over and lands on like
And I would do the same thing back to him. I'd be like, and like make flame, start playing like with him element wise. Just kind of.
he's like, "You're not like the one that makes the hammer noises." Interesting. And he's like, pawing the side of your head like a cat. Like
You're not the first to tell me this.
wood.
Yeah, you're very flammable.
Interesting.
If the dragons ever needed to take you out, it would be so easy.
I didn't think about that when I
Oh.
put this character. Oh no.
Speaking of which, what kind of dragon is Aggie again? Is your...
It's a pseudo dragon.
He's little baby.
What
No,
kind of breath weapon does he get?
He's
He
convinced
doesn't.
that he's
does
evil.
not.
Doesn't it?
He has
Does not.
bite and claw, I
Does he
think.
have any kind of poison?
It's got a poison singer.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Ooh. Wait, oh god.
Which is probably why he's still alive.
That's what I was about to say.
That's him.
I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
But no, you're able to hang out there
remember
and
what it was.
until like the server comes back and goes,
No matter what you and
I need
Jeremy
boss,
say.
we got another order for the.
Which
the-
he calls him boss?
Yeah, and
He's not like
Drax
the
like,
red
"Oh,
dragon.
all right.
You know,
Be right there.
entirely truthful.
Wait, he's the boss? Is he? Oh, wait, what's the
He
name
used
of
to
this
play
cafe?
him.
You're not there.
I need you to find out for
He
me.
used to play him in
We
another
need to make
game.
sure we can go back here.
All right. Well, I'll remember where.
Okay,
He was
good.
loyal.
I'll probably look at the sign.
Yeah, you check
No,
check at the
he
sign
was
before you
playing the
leave, and it's the Gold Leaf Cafe.
That's so
No, he
cute.
didn't. He played the
Wait, I
dragon.
love it.
Aggie?
I
I
swear
they
to God,
missed
that's
it,
what Clint
but
said.
like I'm so like I'm here for it.
Did I catch his name?
Congratulations.
Did he have a name? Oh, I mean, I know he has one.
I feel
He
like
is boss.
He's
That's
boss.
the
Boss.
Because-
The boss.
Clint, question
Mm.
at a
No.
game. You said someone played Aggie in another game, right?
No.
Your brother.
It was Aggie was
He
his
was- he was-
teacher.
It was his familiar in that game too.
Just she will not. Okay, I'm glad that you got that one.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold on to that for a long time.
Okay.
'Cause usually I'm right.
I was
about
gonna
things.
ask Samina. No, Zemnia.
Mhm.
Zemnia. I was gonna ask her based off of where Aggie's wound is.
It like pierced my
Is there any way to
soul.
see the hallway we were in,
How dare you?
or to see if Aggie went down to the bar last night?
I am right, and also
When she
left.
goes back and tries to show you the footage from the hall,
Yeah.
there's a distortion in the cameras. Like something is messing with
Okay.
it, and it is technological. You'd see now that there's like magic that's
notice?
using it to enhance the image, but the recording elements are technological.
Okay. Are you
Something
still here at that
something
point,
is
or have you
distorted.
left?
No, they're headed to
Their
the lab.
lab,
They're either
okay.
headed to the lab or at the lab. We'll get there in a second. But there's a distortion under it, and she's like, I already looked at that, and I have no idea what happened.
Okay. Because I also surveyed the room, and the room looked fine. You said. Okay.
So, back to the lab. Ta-da.
Back to
All right.
the lab again.
Oh.
There goes Aggie. Roll the new character. No.
No! Oh my god.
Okay.
Next familiar is an owl.
Ex-familiar is crazy. Ex-familiar is crazy.
Well, I like owls too.
Your ex familiar.
But don't take my dragon.
Okay. Going down to the lab.
hmm
Just looking at this file, the amount matters because I have to use it to make stuff. Do I have enough to hit the dwarf with suppress it and make a cure for Aggie out of the same blood sample? I don't know how big it is. That's my question.
You'll be able. All right. I need you to make either like a medicine check or a tinker's check.
Is it like a normal like blood vial, like when they draw your
That's
blood
funny for
kind of
the
vial?
blood.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you've done this enough that you're like, I have just enough. If all I have to do is mix this with this and add this compound, and I can, yeah.
Okay. That's good. Okay. I'll go down there. What exactly am I looking for that I might need? Just off my knowledge of like.
If you're looking for something that's like some sort of suppressant, you know that there's certain like alchemical agents that do that are part of like an enlarged reduce potion or like some sort of transmutation effects, stuff like that. So you're looking for the known like counter reagents for that to
I'm
keep
thinking
him
like,
from.
I'm thinking like some
To keep
kind
him
of
from hulking.
like I think I could use the ants. Maybe use some of the technological base of the ants. To like,
Sacrifice an
make,
ant,
Yeah,
so-
make something that targets a specific DNA strand of the troll that I have to get rid of that specific
That's smart.
DNA and suppress it.
So what you could do is make one where like you could suppress his transformation for a round,
Yeah.
or you could suppress his regeneration for a round.
Okay.
One or the other. Like when you make it, you choose.
If I roll really high, could it be 2 rounds?
If you roll really high, it could be both. so that
I'll take
it
that.
so that he'll
Even
still
better.
it'll stall the transformation for a
Maybe
round,
you're right.
and it'll
Can you give any
also
advantage?
not let him heal that first turn. So
I don't know if I can give advantage.
No, it's okay. It's all good. Yeah, I want to take some of the ants, and I want to try to take some of the take some of that technological magic and apply it to the blood, and just take a look around and see what I can make out of it.
um
On a scale of
I have my luck for advantage
yes
for
So-
to
myself.
know what's my
You have your
success
what?
level.
Luck for advantage on
you're
myself.
going with that first check. We'll piggyback on that one a little bit. You for sure will be able to make. You need.
This is very abstract.
Yeah. For the cure, you need more of his blood
Mm.
because you can tell that the poison, or no, sorry, you need not his blood. You need whatever poison he used, or at least the canister that it came from, so you can use whatever residue from that. That's a question mark if you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But the other one, you're already with your check pretty sure you're going to be able to make the combo one. So if you want to make another check to see how successful that is, this will also be to prep the other one for
Thinker's still cool.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
or alchemical is there one?
whichever.
I'm not really saying much. I'm just watching him work. Her work. Because this is
I
not my
got
wheelhouse
a
at all.
19 with a D4 health.
You already hit the DC. So I mean, if you want to boost it, you better the check, the better the results. So
22.
22. Okay. That's really good. You for sure feel like this is going to suppress the transformation and reduce the healing factor on him for a turn,
Okay.
which you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, this might come in handy if somebody even pisses me off.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
yeah, but the other one, you realize okay, for the cure, you were going at it from the angle of I need the original thing so that I can fix it like you've had to do in the past. And then you're like, I have troll blood in here. If I had more of that,
Yeah.
so after he actively transforms, if you can get a sample of his blood, you're pretty sure the regenerative qualities of that blood mixed with what you've got prepared
Can help Aggie.
will heal Aggie.
Gotcha. Okay. That seems like a good strategy.
That seems like more of an ask that's achievable than getting the original poison.
Okay. This, by the way, is a hilarious sight to you because
Mm-hmm.
I imagine her doing advanced chemistry, but instead of beakers, she's using a coffee mug. And there's there's a tea bag that she's stretched out and she's filtering stuff through the tea bag.
We
That's
need to get
the
her a
test tube,
proper
yeah.
lab.
I feel like as a warlock, it's feels very oh, that makes sense. Because if it was high tech, it'd be
She's got
Like
a painter's
this-
mask on.
yeah,
with, the...
the high tech stuff wouldn't be in my wheelhouse. But as a warlock, watching all the coffee, just tinkering around, I'm okay, I get it. But also I'm watching because I'm intrigued. And also,
Yeah.
this is strange. You know what I mean? Because also, she's watching amazed how intelligent you are. She's watching, she's huh, never seen this.
If I look over my shoulder while I'm doing this, just kind of glance back, what is she doing specifically besides just watching? Is she is she trying to understand it? Is she trying to
I think she's just curious at this point.
Okay.
She's kind of eyeballing everything. I think internally she's really wondering is this gonna. Well, first I think she does think it's really cool, and I think she's impressed about how smart she is.
Yeah.
But also is this wondering is this really gonna help Aggie?
I'll look back and then turn around when I see you looking. You like to cook? Like food?
Has your character ever cooked?
My character. Well, she does fish, so yeah. I cook my own food. There's really no one else. It's just me and Aggie.
Okay. It's if you equate everything with cooking and you just once you know how to make one thing, you can kind of figure out the rest based on what you need.
Well,
not as crazy as it looks.
you know, I'm up for trying anything because I tend to really just figure everything out in the end anyway. Never been able to really explain it, but
I will. I'll take the painter's mask off and I'll spin around on this little spinny chair and like my feet are like dangling off the front. How long have you had the dragon? And I'll kind of just take a break and talk to you for a second.
I actually don't.
How long have they been?
Yeah,
friends?
time out. How long have I had the dragon? No, he hasn't been with me since I was born.
Very recent.
No, very recent.
Very recent.
But like, how recent? Plus or minus?
About a year, actually, at this point.
Okay.
Little under a year.
Little under a year.
Yeah.
Aggie's been with me for a little under a year.
He showed up and was like, "Oh, it's time to start your training. This is how you cast Eldritch Blast."
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's been with me for a little under a year. I was a little surprised when he showed up, but we were fast friends.
So is he like he's like your guide or like your mentor or teacher?
I would say my mentor. He's more of my best friend more than anything. Well, I have another best friend. His name is Tristan. That's the one whose mom was murdered. And that's why I am on this journey.
Are you trauma dumping onto?
This 13-year-old child is just like.
How tall is your
She's
character?
the little gnome's like, there are no happy people.
There
There are no happy people.
And that's why I'm here. That's how I've come to be on this journey. And this is probably too much for you, but since you asked,
It's I mean, I feel like everybody's here everybody in the city has something, kind of wrong with them. It's not out of the ordinary. But
How does your character?
dude, I raise an eyebrow when she says something's wrong. Like something's wrong. I'm like, well, I mean, I feel very lucky. I don't think there's really anything wrong. I, help people who have been wronged.
Meanwhile, back in the control room,
we could riff roll for hours.
Food is brought up so that you can have you guys can have breakfast.
Okay.
You're continuing to kind of like wander through the town.
Yeah.
Roll me a charisma check.
I'm a little parched.
Not like
Yeah, that
crazy
special
words
food
yet.
is brought for you.
I mean, I think well, I
So
just
make sure
asked
you're
two.
fed.
Say 9.
With this
9?
one-
Yeah. No, you're just kind of like walking along and
Yeah.
just it's that general vibe of you're like hello, and it's just so like outgoing that
Sure.
that people react like
Mhm.
hey,
Right.
like you don't go too far from the casino, so in case like they need you, but you
Sure.
Yes.
the direction that
That
you've
sounds
headed,
great.
you see a little
Do you have
bit
something
less
to-
cafes and more like private little
Oh, so do I.
buildings. Some of them have like big glass
okay.
open front windows with like a seat in them. Right now, there's nobody inside. It's
Oh yeah.
pretty
and it's
early in the
like
morning.
even to
Um,
4 a.m.
But
Yeah,
you notice
Yeah. Okay.
like a red-skinned tiefling walk by, wearing like baggy clothes, like almost like like not night clothes, but like almost like she's wearing like sweats.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the equivalent of like medieval sweats.
Right.
What
Down.
is the equivalent of medieval sweat?
But like
Dressing down.
yeah. Well, yeah, you could you'd like, oh wow, you do a little touch up here and there, that would be a knockout, You're like,
Yeah.
and then you see like you keep going, you're starting to see there's a drow woman and there's a human woman and there's like whatever, but they're all kind of like, you can tell they're all not like dressed up. Everybody's kind of just like if you were like hanging out at your house.
Mhm.
But the ones you're seeing are not like, they're like moving with purpose from like one building down the road, and then you start to realize like the names of some of these places. You're like, I'm in the red light district, and I don't know what that means. Like, what you can tell like there's some descriptive
It's
pictures
slime.
of like
You don't know what that means?
like
Yes,
they
you do.
oh
Tyler, wait, you don't know what that
Oh.
means?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, then
Tyler doesn't know what a red light district is.
I don't believe that.
it's the prostitutes.
The prostitute.
The prostitutes.
Oh,
Number
you
one,
really don't know
number
that?
one prostitute
Oh.
in all of Drax Arcadia.
No, it's gonna be yeah. It's the Berkeley and
How
Johnson.
would I react to that? I suppose, I mean, I would probably
Whoa.
maybe
How
if
would
I
you
could
exactly?
start a conversation with one of them and be like,
Ryan, welcome.
maybe I don't understand why
Sorry,
why
pardon the
you're
reach.
procreating without procreating.
Thank
How
you.
does this work? What is the
Are you
purpose
just
of
gonna
this?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what I was doing.
You walk up and start asking. Roll me a persuasion check to see how successful this
Why
is.
It's gonna be
do what you
great.
do?
Why are you the way you are?
This?
What?
It's so strange.
Well, I'm just
Nowhere else in
wondering.
the animal kingdom.
Right. I got a 15 plus. What'd you say it was? Persuasion?
Yeah.
I think I got
I
like
mean,
2.
that's the 15 was higher than the DC, so we're gonna go.
All right.
She just like you walk up to a drow woman. Yeah, and she's you ask the question. She like looks at you confused. She's like, "For the money, honey."
Oh.
Oh, I see.
Girl gotta eat.
So bad.
I suppose that is pleasurable for most species, and so some are willing to pay for it. Then
You
that
got
makes sense.
You got that right.
Ah, well, I'll have to give it a try sometime. I'm busy today, but thank you very much for the information.
Well, if you're gonna come by this early, you need to make an appointment. If not, you gotta come back after the sun starts going down.
All right. Well, thank you. My name is Arcus. May I have your name?
They call me Lady Black.
Well, nice to meet you, Lady Black. I will see
So
you
wholesome.
soon. Maybe.
She's like, I look better than this, and never mind.
He has to walk like that.
Yeah.
We won't accept anything otherwise.
Not a thought in his head, not a care in the world. I don't know
Just
why.
Pharrell's happy.
Yeah.
My food's about to arrive.
I don't know why, but I kept thinking of like the Carousel of Progress. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow. That's all I
There's a
hear.
great
Like big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. That's what I feel like when you walk and you're just like.
Right, beautiful tomorrow.
Oh, you guys back in the lab, wrap
Just
things up,
wish
and
away.
head back to the
Making
control
way
room.
downtown.
Which when you get there, you're all like kind of looking around, like, "Where's Arcus?" And at that point, like both you and Zimnir are kind of like, "Yeah, what? Where's Arcus?" Like I didn't really notice that he left.
Oh, but you did you put a thing on him? Did you wanna
I'm
track
just
him?
gonna. My food's at the door. Sorry. I
Yeah,
thought
if
I
you're
asked
able
him
to
to
track
not.
him. Wait, are
Thank you,
me and
Phil. I
Clementine up
appreciate you
there
very
too?
much.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're able to figure out where he is.
Is he heading back? Do I need to figure out where he is? Do I feel like he's getting close?
I'm so sorry.
Probably
all
come back.
times.
Come in.
Yeah, you head down through the red light district into the warehouse district, and in that opens up to the docks, and you get to see the sea.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just the bay area of after you go through
Thank you, Phil.
the dire straits, but you get to see water. You get to see waves, and you're like, huh, that's amazing.
And I would like immediately like put my hands up and like have like the mist like start coming and like pulling the mist towards me.
Be
I
careful,
just
you don't
love
wanna get
this
wood
like
Well, no, but I
Journey
can control
for
it.
Arcus.
I mean, no, I can.
Yeah.
The mist.
he's having his own personal
So, yeah.
like finding himself journey.
Wait, would it cause moss?
And I'm here
like,
for it.
Moss to grow on you?
It could if I wanted it to.
But yeah, you're
That's pretty funny.
definitely able to, between the ability to kind of slightly manipulate the air and to manipulate the water, you can totally make the sea salt and the mist
Sure.
that comes off the spray, and do all kinds of neat stuff
Yeah.
with that.
So I'd enjoy that.
Come out of room. Sorry.
Can Clementine? Oh, what's your name, by the way?
Ember.
Actually, can I turn into a fish?
And you are?
Clementine.
It's very nice
You
to meet
can
you,
walk.
Clementine.
Would you like to try?
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to watch?
Yeah, we would take a
into
swim.
fish?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Never been in the damn ocean.
You're
Like a
gonna float.
like a Texan running to the East Coast.
A Texan running through the East Coast. I'm done
I
with it.
don't know.
Like, yeah.
Midwester. That's a better example.
No, it's just, I mean, you're just funny.
Just for my enjoyment,
Okay.
Just a
can you
kid.
roll me a nature check?
Yes.
Yes.
Because this is the first time you've seen the sea. You've seen like lakes,
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen bayous. But you've never seen an ocean.
Okay. All right.
The world's
So-
first piece of
and if I'm-
sentient
So
liquid.
this is gonna see if what exactly how successful you are in what you transform into.
Okay, so if I'm...
Wow,
Oh,
forgot
I gotta
how
do that
big a
first?
large
Yeah.
was.
All right.
So
Oh my
just,
god.
Anyone want an onion ring?
Oh, thank you.
14 plus, what was it?
So
a
hungry.
nature
I
check.
won't touch them. 'Cause I
Nature
will spill them or drop them.
is
So
5.
I'll leave
So
Tyler to
19.
that.
Look at yeah.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm so happy.
you've seen fish,
I could cry.
so you could go fish, you could go gator, you could go some sort of like aquatic mammal.
Oh, he can change as a druid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd
Thank you.
probably just do fish.
You leap up into the air as you begin the transformation, and you feel your body rotating pieces, and it as you and by the time you hit the water, you're not a small sized
A
fish.
tuna.
You're a big boy fish,
Yep.
but you look like a mechanical warforged fish.
Where'd the blue bird go?
Like a grouper?
Yeah, where is
Like
your
a
bluebird?
big, and
Is
that's
the bluebird
He's
waiting on the
flying
shore?
around on top of me. He like...
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like the signal buoy.
Yeah.
Is he
Right.
like a little, like the not the seagulls?
Like the diver's warning thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
All
able
right.
to swim around, and
Well, I'm having a good time. I like that.
as you're going though, you swim a little bit towards like some of the outer edges of the like where the bay is before you come back around, because you stop because the water starts to taste funky, and you can see like how like the sewer system drains out into the
Yeah.
bay from there. It's like, oh nope, turn around, that tastes like balls, and like like head away from that.
Ew.
But you can see like the undersides of a bunch of different
no, thank you.
ships, and you can see off across the bay there's like an island. You can't make out too much details from here, but definitely like a lot of buildings on that thing. But yeah, you can.
Cool. Yeah, I just probably just want to experience it as long as
Yeah.
nothing pressing is going on. That's probably what
I
I'd
feel
do.
like you're chill right now. They're
I just
doing their
lose a
thing.
tracker.
No, you got folded up in.
Nice.
got folded up into his,
I was like, oh,
his
he
skills.
jumped the water.
Yeah. He's got Samsonite written on the side of him. And...
No.
Okay.
But yeah.
Uh,
I will say something of note is that like under like the neckline of where the mouth and the neck of the fish, your leaf is still visible on the outside of this fish.
What does the
Alright.
leaf look like?
It looks like a
Does it
like a highly polished, silvery looking oak leaf.
Okay.
Is it like implanted into me or something,
Yeah.
or is it like a necklace?
In this form,
Is
it
it in
look
danger, is
in
my
this
question.
it almost looks like a car emblem at this point on
Okay.
you.
it's like the Mercedes logo.
Yeah,
It's like,
but,
oh,
but,
his
but,
forehead.
but it's like right there. Yeah,
Iron
right
Man.
yeah.
Well, I guess I
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
like if
except
you're
on
in your
top.
normal form, would be about that spot.
Right.
Like it would be sitting right there, and it's like above your armor and embedded.
Ooh,
like
nice.
like, if it was like a necklace, I mean, like how that would hang around
Right.
up there. But for you, your armor, like your body, just integrated it.
Nice.
But to keep in mind, yeah, you look like ever seen those like cool looking like wooden fish like
Yeah, yeah,
models
yeah.
or whatever? You
And
look
how
like one
they
of
have
those.
that-
You look like one of those with like pistons and stuff. They're like,
That's so cool.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
and it's at this point because this is like the first time you've really like been able to achieve this connection and make this step. You're like, huh. I don't look like a fish at all.
Did
I
you
mean,
even
I
know
do.
What fish looks like?
Yeah.
Well, I see the other ones in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
huh.
And like, but the thing is, the other fish like that you see like once in a while, and there's not a lot because like it's real dangerous to be a fish in this like this close to the docks. But like, the once in a while when you do see like a fish of some kind, they're like they see you and they look a little like their head cocks a little bit, and then like fin, and then like they swim off, but they're not like, oh shit, it's a weird creature. It's
Right.
like, oh, huh, all right, you're new here.
You haven't been here before.
I tell them to stay away from the hooks. Any worm that's not swimming, don't
Yeah.
eat it.
One of the clown you
It's just
swim up
been
to
a-
a clownfish and say that, and he's like, yeah, you know, I got these scars. Jagged line across his face.
Oh, no.
I feel like you just caused a famine.
I feel like I want to watch the side.
What is that called?
Like,
Like when you're not supposed
Indirectly caused a famine.
the butterfly
Not to
effect.
fish, not to bite.
I feel like this is a side
He's the
quest or
big
like a
bad.
spin-off that I want to follow. I do. I really do.
You know what? I
I'm
want this to be a
interested.
YouTube like shorts like
Like
animated
meanwhile, like where we last followed up with Arcus, it could be like a 15-minute just add-on to the end of every
Yes!
episode.
Arcus's sweet journey.
I
Yeah.
want.
Oh my god, would be even better if someone can animate it.
Yes,
oh my
that's what I'm
god.
saying.
Yes.
But I want it in Disney style. It has to be Disney style animation for it.
I'm already on one passion project. I can't figure out another one. I am a fisherman. Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
Gotta catch them.
while he's swimming with the fishes,
Mhm.
you guys are back at the control room.
Do I feel like I could barrel stuff this vial into a thunder gun and shoot it like a dart? Because it fires
If
compressed air.
you could, but you wouldn't function as a thunder gun.
It would be like a dart.
You'd have to modify a few things to make it function. But you could do it. I wouldn't even make you make a check. Your skills are good enough.
After I used it, would the thunder gun still be usable after that? Like
You would
normally?
need to spend an action at least
To
in
convert it
in
back.
a rushed attempt, or like out of combat, you could automatically fix it.
I can either do it from range.
Are you saying this out loud or like talking to yourself?
No,
trying
I think
to-
he's just talking to
not
himself.
telling you that.
I think
Yeah,
he's in
no.
Tyler mode. I think he's
No
thinking
trust.
about
I'm
that.
just trying to like, because a lot of stuff is abstract, so I'm trying to like
Yeah.
communicate a little bit.
No, I get it.
It's
I
tough.
want to find
It's
her.
tough to be an
You wanna
artificer in
find me?
2024.
Yeah, for real. True.
I'm in the control room. I just finished my little drinky drink.
I want to find you
Mm-hmm.
with you also.
Mm-hmm.
Say.
I'm already with you. We came
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, I was thinking, and Ember kind of agreed with this idea that maybe we could try to find that tiefling that's getting followed and swap her with one of us in disguise
I think that could be
as a way
arranged.
to get her out of harm's way, lure him somewhere where we have the advantage, and then pounce on him all at once.
Mhm.
I think that would probably be the safest course of action.
Let's kill him for good this time.
Everybody.
But we certainly will.
Or we could just, let somebody else do it.
No.
At this point, a dripping wet Arcus would be walking.
I look at him and I was like, "Where have you been? And why are you wet?"
I have been to the recreational procreation facility. And then, that's not how I got wet though. I then went.
Emma's just gonna narrow her eyes because she's slowly realizing that he doesn't realize where he was. And I said, Arcus,
Salmon roe.
oh god, Arcus, we're gonna have to talk
Oh my
later
God.
about what that is. We're gonna talk later about that.
Wait, you went to a what?
A recreational procreation district, and then I went swimming after that.
What is procreation?
You know what?
Wait,
we'll
is
talk later.
Clementine saying that?
Clementine, we'll talk later about all
I
that.
believe it's
it's fine.
best if we talk
Yeah.
about that in
Yeah.
about
She's very smart.
10 years.
She's smarter than all of us.
You're 13, right?
I
Oh,
haven't seen my parents in like 10 years. Had it.
okay.
She's
You're 13, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, we might have some issues on this journey.
also, so we'll cover that later. Did you meet anyone on your journey?
I did.
Yeah.
I met a nice tiefling lady
Mhm.
and a nice clownfish.
And a draw.
I meant a drow. I meant drow. I said tiefling. I meant drow.
Okay. Did you happen
Drow
to meet
lady.
this lady at the recreation?
Recreation.
I did.
Okay. You didn't let her do anything to you, right?
No.
Okay, great. So then you went into.
What was her name?
I don't
Miss Black.
Mrs.
Lady Black.
The Lady Black. I didn't write that down. Writing everything else down. I
Does
forgot
that sound familiar to me?
So familiar to
I
anyone?
didn't think it would be important.
Actually, roll a history check.
She's secretly like a serial killer. Only by Miss Black.
14.
Thank God. She's gonna kill him for parts
Yeah.
and take away all his stuff.
She worked for
Mhm.
Lady LeBlanc.
I had a feeling.
Oh, dang.
And you had a nice swim in the ocean.
Are you like
I
a Black
did.
Widow?
I've never been.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never been.
No, well, I have now, but it was
Oh.
my first time in the ocean.
You're learning
It was
so
amazing.
much.
I am.
We're
This
so
is
happy to have you with
much
us.
more fun than New Eberron.
So nice to see you really having new experiences.
Well, thank you. And what have you been up to?
Well, just trying to save Agady's life.
Yes. Well,
Oh.
How's your,
With the help of Clementine.
how's your
Right.
character holding together?
I think she's okay.
well,
I think I'm feeling pretty confident in this one's ability.
certainly. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. I can always cure you. I'm sorry that I don't have anything to, or I'm sorry, I can always heal you. I'm sorry I don't have anything to cure. Cure
Well,
the
you tried
problem.
your best.
You said
You were the worst the
said
first
you,
one.
You turn into a fish?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's like, what other stuff can you turn into?
Mostly just small creatures. I usually stick with bugs. I appear to have a different appearance than the animals that I tend to turn into. So,
Could you turn into something like big?
uh, not much bigger than myself. You know, I would say size of a large dog, maybe.
Are you the size of a dog?
No, you're
Oh, okay. Very big. If dogs get big, you know. Like, massive is like 250 pounds. That's
All right,
big.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. He says a king torso. King torso, a great scene. I
Could
know,
you
it's
turn
like
into like
you're
a
big.
bear?
Not
Sorry.
not
No,
at
you're
this
fine.
point. No. I'm still learning.
Can you turn into a bear cub?
I could turn into a bear
I
cub.
don't think that would be
That wouldn't be helpful.
as cool, as cute as that would be.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't have anybody really to teach me. Other druids that I've talked to have been helpful, but I think that I'm playing with a different set of rules than many of them, just because of my construct nature.
I must feel really lonely sometimes.
No, I actually feel very at home in nature, but I am unique.
I mean, by yourself. Do you? Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why I enjoy being there, is that it makes me feel at home.
No. That's sweet. He's just a wholesome baby.
He's very wholesome.
Hey.
So you just have your feet in both worlds.
I'm just
So
gonna.
back to
suppose
the
so.
murder that
Sit.
we're plotting.
Back to the murder that we're plotting.
No, okay, Clementine. It's not a murder,
Murder
we're
was
plotting.
the case that they gave me.
We're taking a murderer
You cuss it.
off the board.
Weekly, you hear Aggie say, "Not murder, it's justice." And he weakly opens his eyes.
Oh, sweet baby.
And I run over
Can I cast
and I stroke
Spare the Dying?
his little head and say it's gonna be okay.
You know, it's entirely possible if we could, like,
He's very weak.
Do you hear that?
What does he hear?
What do you hear, Aki?
angel singing.
Oh, she better fucking not. Aki, what do you hear? Because I don't hear anything.
And it definitely just kind of.
Can I cast Spare the... Is he dying
He's
right
not
now?
dead.
Can I cast...
He got bought a lot of time with that cure wounds.
Can I cast Healing Word before
But
we leave then?
as you're checking him, you can tell all of that cure wounds is gone now. Like,
Can I-
he's
can
I
back
do
to, like,
healing
about
word?
that point.
Can I do Healing Word?
Certainly try.
I would like to try.
And I can do the same again.
You're all
Is
just
you-
killing me.
Like, he doesn't waste the spell, so you don't
Okay.
expend it. But what is your healing word?
It's still a little mumble. It's not like a full
Okay.
power one.
It's
It's more like, you know...
Klaatu Barada.
It's basically like, in this case, I would say she's like saying it, but as like a whispered prayer, like over him.
You see like the faint like light glow around him.
Yeah,
But it doesn't stick. He's too close to death for this to
we gotta go. We gotta go
We
now.
gotta go.
So
Can I get another ping from? Can I reach out?
You wanna
to
reach
the
out to him?
Psychic connection.
you can tell like this vantage point is rooftop style. Like he's
Yeah.
and again this guy has made his way over from like the merchant side of things to now he is over in the slums.
Okay, that's not that far.
Yes, no. And this lady is still like walking. You can tell like the way she's dressed in and stuff. She's not rich,
Mhm.
but she's not like she doesn't really seem like she belongs in the slums.
She's walking alone.
And she's traveling. Yeah, she's traveling through
She's
somewhere
wearing
where she doesn't
gypsy.
really belong there.
Can I like gauge her profession based on what she's wearing? Like, she a gypsy? Is she a
Roll an
merchant?
insight check.
Insight? That's straight 15.
She's not carrying any bread. She doesn't seem like she's carrying any kind of like sewing equipment or anything of that nature, like a pouch. She's literally just walking down the street.
And only you can see.
And she's dressed, and the way she's dressed is very much like middle class,
Okay.
like middle tier.
She a midwife?
Not sure, but it's nothing like. Doesn't seem to be some sort of doctor. Doesn't look like a fisherman. Doesn't look like a.
There's nothing like
Not
she's
a merchant or a
It
gypsy or
could
anything?
be a cook.
Yeah.
Could be a housekeeper.
Mm,
Could be something of that nature. But like you're not sure
exactly
what.
what.
The fact that she's down there in that area definitely sets up some.
But like
Let's say
it's
she's
like
like
she came from the merchant, like from the main road on the merchants district area. So she could have come from the higher levels.
does she look
She
well,
might
I'm
be
not
walking,
there.
like, to the docks to get something.
No, you're not.
Could
I'm
be.
not there, but it could but you're here.
But there are
seeing
shops
it.
and stuff
yeah,
in the
it's
slums
like a
district that
drone, I
that
think.
specialize in
Like
like
the Smith.
Yeah.
Does she look like she knows that someone's following? Is she suspicious someone's following her, or is she
Oh, you know
luring
what?
him?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like she knew that he
But,
should
like-
be followed.
And again, the way this guy's moving is like
Rooftop.
the advantage you're seeing is from the rooftops, but like the dwarf's still moving like a predator, like a tiger stalking its prey.
I would say he's getting a little closer. It might be time to go now.
Okay.
Here.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do even like I have suspicions.
Is Zemnia here? Is she in the room?
I say let's go.
Have you like we know she's being followed, right? Like it's clear to us.
Yeah, we ride the-
I'm but he hasn't attacked. How long has it been since we started following this woman? With the
like an hour.
Oh wow! At this point, at least a couple hours for him to
And
go and
he-
his thing, you to work on this and get
and
this
he
going.
hasn't made a move.
He's
He's
not waiting
not.
for nighttime. Yeah, he's gonna wait for nighttime.
And it's still like it was early. You guys were like
Yeah.
5, 6 in the morning, so it's only 8 a.m. Like, I'll give you this with the insight that you have and the fact that you guys know his MO.
Yeah.
He figures out when he'll follow somebody, and he'll figure out when they're the weakest.
He
or
takes
when
his time.
Right. It's not a.
Because I'm just
It almost
a little...
it almost seems like the what happened in the hotel was like a you
Yeah.
and like I need a win.
Oh, because he just had
Like
a
any
list.
serial
He just
killer.
took it
Right.
out.
Yeah. So like that kind of thing, and now he's back in the spring of things, and it doesn't. The way he's moving, he doesn't really seem to care if you know or if you know what I mean. Like
Well, my concern is the possibility of them working together, and this is just a ploy. Is my first thought.
Either way, we grab her swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corner him. I say we
But-
go now.
Yeah,
I agree. That's my one concern I am having at the moment.
If it's a trap, we spring it and we hit.
Yeah.
I'll look at Zemena though as we're like starting to leave, and I'll look my little finger. This, and then blue. Pinky promise.
she throws the pinky up. She's like, this just kind of fell into our laps. This is more of you're helping them out of.
I know, but I had to go somewhere. Do something and kind of lay low for a bit, so just throwing it out there. Then I'll get out.
go.
You guys head out the front or the back?
The back. Yeah, probably the back.
Okay, so you're already in the employee side, so they'll escort you out to the back. It's just one of the security guys opens the door for and lets you out. You don't see Kane, which you like,
Usual,
yeah. But it's just
Probably
just a
bothering
regular
me.
bodyguard. Yeah, it's probably yeah. do push-ups, bitch. With one hand. No, you guys step out into the back alley area that butts up to like the wall of the city, like the main cavernous mountain, like hewn mountain wall. And again, there's those trash chutes that every once in a while, and you're in the backs of things. If you go along this way, it'll take a little longer to get there. But if you cut through one of the alleys to the main road and then head that way, it'll shave off a little time. So one's a little stealthier, one's a little bit more quicker. So.
What kind of corner are we trying to trap him in? As we're walking there, we can talk about it. We're trying to get him in an alley?
Well, that's what happened last time.
We don't want him to move, because if I have to hit him with something, we want him to be...
Do we want him to be around civilians, though?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So an alley would be... An alley would be the best plan.
Okay.
However, we also need to keep in mind we'll be in tight quarters with him. So to be on our guard.
I'll be prepared to keep him visible in case he happens to become invisible. I just know that.
Oh yeah, that's a thing he does.
I don't know. I just know that a lot of I've heard of dwarves becoming invisible before.
He really.
Well, you were there. He was there
for our
last time
money the last time.
Oh, he was invisible then?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Never mind.
you have
Yes.
that knowledge. So I would then be like, yeah, that's something he does, by the way.
I think it'll be fine.
But just more so, keep in mind that we need to have each other's back in this situation.
For the testing it out.
Mhm.
That's not going to count.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That's I can do this now.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I think an alley would be the best way to go.
Okay.
Now the question I also have is, did we want to break up and have two people go the quick way and two people go the stealth way?
You said you're leaving Aggie with Zimnia, or are you bringing it in case so you have the cure to give immediately? I know you
is
said
he gonna make it though? Is he gonna, if I put him in my backpack and then I get injured and he's in my backpack, if I fall on him, or if like someone hits me with something,
you can always just drop your backpack.
Put him somewhere.
Yeah, like Spider-Man does.
You could stash him.
Yeah, I have to find a good place to stash him though. That's near me, but not and not enough where
It-
he's like in the
it's
line of
completely
fire.
Up to you.
Oh boy, I'll bring him because if she gets the cure
Are
immediately,
you gonna wear him like a baby?
Because I'm just asking because he had said like, are we?
yeah, I mean, I'll bring him. I'll put him in my backpack, but then I need to find a place in the backpack. Can I put armor on him? Like, can I use my spell to put armor on him and not me?
You want to give up the mage armor spell and put it on him
There's
instead?
the armor of Agathis.
You want to do that?
Will that even? Because
I don't know how much that'll help him. That's just like damage to people.
It does temp HP.
yeah, but like, what if someone finds him, or what if he's in the way?
I think as long as this guy's our only target, we're not really going to get ganged up on. As long as we keep him contained, I think you're.
So don't use fireball. We're burning him.
You're also
Don't.
No.
You're also going to be the bait. I'm pretty sure. Right?
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring him. I'm going to put him.
How was the bait last time? It's you this time, huh?
I'm not worried.
She's the one with this guy's self. So, yeah.
Again, Ember just goes for it. So she's like, whatever. She has luck points, guys. So I'm just going to put him like around the area.
When you guys get closer to the area, like to where this is, you get an image where he's giving you that the dwarf's still following the lady. But he also gives an image where he can see you guys.
Okay.
The dwarf sees us, or he can see.
The guy who's sending you the images is looking down at you from the rooftops.
How close are we
the
to him?
three of you feel a pressure in the back of your head that seems like it's pushing forward to the front. Do you resist it?
Is there anything I can do to sense whether it's
Does it feel
good
like?
or bad?
Yes, I do.
Does it feel familiar at all?
Can you do it first and let us know what you feel?
He's resisting
I'll
it.
Resist it. I'm gonna
Oh, I didn't. I thought you said
roll
you
an
weren't.
intelligence saving throw.
My question is it like a familiar feeling at all, like from last time?
What'd you get?
Like, is there any way to gauge
Funny. I thought you
could
caught
be
it.
pressure-wise?
You've never felt anything like this.
Never felt it?
15.
15. You fight it, but you feel it like slide through and like pop into the center of your forehead, and you can hear a voice. It goes, "It's me. I'm on the roof."
Oh yeah,
I'm
let's go
not
ahead and
gonna
do that then.
resist.
Okay.
I'm not gonna resist.
Okay.
And you're
I figured having
you're
something
connected to
helpful.
his psionic net that he has.
Okay.
I'm Lucas.
Nice to meet you. Remember?
Hi, Marcus. Nice to meet you. I'm just not used to people. Sorry,
No,
didn't mean to.
You're fine. If none of you had resisted it, I would have, or if all of you had fought it off, I would have told Clementine to let me in.
Open door, please.
But
How far are we from the dwarf and the lady at this point?
you guys, if you were to basically turn a corner, you'd be going into where he's essentially going into a. It's not an alley, but this is a row of buildings that ends with another building at the end. You're essentially just off the map that's here.
Would we be like right here?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
And from Lucas's vantage point, he is on this building.
Okay. And we're like here.
Yeah.
Is there any way to like rush
Move
ahead
around,
to
yeah,
this
move
one
around.
and go?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, I'll for the
So
teams.
I'd be like right.
We want to do Lindsay
I'd
and
like to
Beth,
rush
right?
there.
Because Lindsay's debate, so she's getting swapped in.
Mm-hmm.
Beth's grabbing the tiefling. And
Can I use my whip to not do a damage, but just like
Is it like somebody's drawing his attention and then you swap with her? Is that what you're trying to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who's drawing the attention? Because you're not the bait, then you're gonna flip, right?
Aren't I the only one that he's not going to recognize?
Yeah. Because
He
he
wait.
recognized all three of us.
he was known for hurting children too, right? Just women.
just
Mhm.
women.
Yeah, I'll
So you're gonna be the distraction
yes.
to grab him.
Okay.
Where? Okay,
I
wait.
will walk up to him
Do you can,
when I see him.
I just want
Um,
to try to visualize this.
Okay.
I can use
Sorry.
Visualize.
disguise self without using a spell slot.
Yes, you can. That's dope.
Yeah.
And very fucking useful.
Yeah, so I don't have to.
And you know what she looks like, so you can do it. I gotta do.
We're gonna make do with the tiefling fig at the moment, but
No.
So she's right
Oh,
where
Phil
I'm.
had the
I'm using
tiefling
that for the
fig,
tiefling fig.
but you don't have
And
it
the
with you, do you,
dwarf
Phil?
is by that gray door right there.
Phil has the tiefling fig.
Phil has a
Like, I just
tiefling
didn't want to
fig.
dig for it while we're.
No, he has.
Phil has it. He's grabbing
Oh, okay,
one.
nice.
It needs to be painted, but it's still a tiefling. A tiefling lady.
A tiefling
Tiefling lady.
He made it for my
I'll be
tiefling for
using
the other.
Neo's fig for
Yeah, it's just-
the damsel in
yeah,
distress.
Swap that out.
Wearing any? Like, what color is it?
Remember, it was
The
for
tiefling.
Sonia
Just
for the Halloween.
Is she fighting? Or
No, she just has the dress.
Doesn't appear to be.
Just a lady.
no? Love it.
Just a lady.
Oh.
She works.
Yeah, just a
Thank
little
you,
something.
Phil.
Little something.
Wearing a dress.
Little something. Right there.
Love that fig. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for.
Did you print that? Nice, dude.
It was for Sonia, who I almost named Eleanor, and then I realized I
Okay.
have Alora, Ember, and Eleanor. Something with E's. I don't know.
I just like with alliteration. That's my thing. Amy
It's like
Amber.
superheroes. Peter Parker,
Yeah, that's why I like it. Clementine.
Bruce Banner.
I never realized
Reed
that.
Richards.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
Well, that's the one he picked. He went with. Not a superhero. It's an imagination.
Superhero.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know.
All right.
I do love
Did-
Clementine's
Did you
first
see
last name,
Herbie?
though.
She really made that movie okay. That takes some superpowers.
I want to approach him, but I want to make sure Arcus is within.
So where is Arcus and
Same
where
range
is
distance.
Where? Wait.
Ember?
I'm taking your fig.
Okay, thank you.
I can't. I don't want to get any mustard on me.
All right. So you want me behind you?
I'm here over here. You're gonna be closer to Clementine,
Okay.
who's gonna be over there.
Come around. Some more like back around the side.
Should I-
Like right here.
Yeah. Or I
Would
could even
he-
be like a
Here.
animal. I could be like a rat or something too.
No.
Yeah.
Does it take an
I
action
could-
to swap back? Because you don't want to waste your attack if you attack him.
But if it's a surprise attack, it might be okay. You know what I mean? It might even out.
Because he
I
attacked. Do you
think you're
trans?
probably fine. I think you're probably fine. As long as
Okay.
you're not just hide next to like a stand or something.
Okay.
Nice
I'll
wood
stay.
building.
Stay
The
hidden.
grave.
Maybe a nice
That's
shrub.
Hold the light.
Yeah.
Just be a lamp.
Lamp.
Hold your stick in there with a light on
A tree.
Wait.
it. I am a
If I don't move, I will not be detected.
Drax.
Okay. So I feel like are we all where we're supposed to be, right?
I'm only invisible when no one's looking at me.
Yes.
Just
I
like
will
grade
put
school
up my
theater.
white hood, and I will walk over to him. Is this like a busy street or just the only 2 people on the street right now?
Well, it's an
Right?
alley,
You
right?
just walked like off of like a main, not the main street, but like a main road, and this is like a little side cutoff to it. It's not an alley, but
Did
it
you see
is.
my
But
parents?
this is like if you were to look at the road, like here's a road, and then there's like this is a side one. There's another one up a little ways. There's like another side one on the other side of the road, and they have almost like a zipper effect if you were to look on the map.
Okay. Um,
I would probably kind of arm myself with a mace. Have like a.
I just realized there's a birdhouse hanging from that
Would you
staff.
like to cast Shillelagh on your staff?
Yeah,
That's
cast
a good
Shiloh. Go
idea.
ahead.
Okay, so you're gonna prep by
Smart
casting
ass.
Shillelagh.
What are you
Dude, I missed something. I'm gonna have to go back and
I think he said something about his nuts.
I said smart ass.
Oh.
You weren't here for this.
That's for the squirrel feeder.
But Alex called Shillelagh Shiloh.
He can't pronounce
I don't know that. I've just never seen that
Stamps
word
the-
before.
Stamps
He
the
cannot
grass
pronounce
down
everything.
Shiloh.
He told me to.
Oh.
He's. I mean, I am a smartass, but I mean, you should
Shalala.
also learn how to pronounce Shillelagh.
And now I know.
Shalala.
That's who. That's the
Shillelagh.
personality. Yeah,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, there's Sharpimax.
Hello, my name's Marcus.
Yeah, that's about right.
It is! I told you!
That's about right.
I'm your personal medical.
I am your personal animal companion.
Yeah.
Along
Oh God.
those lines.
Hello.
And that's one with the nanotech.
Except I would say that, except with an odd bit of fluidity to it, like more natural. But yes, tone and everything,
Hello.
absolutely, but a little bit more natural than
I
that.
You
love
anything you're
Baymax.
doing to prep before this kicks off?
Prep. Can I ready an attack? I'm
Not an
joking.
attack, but you can prepare something like he just cast Shillelagh to get his weapon ready.
I don't really
You could have your
That's
weapons.
the person grabber, right?
I can do that on my sword too.
Question. Am I grabbing or can I just like wrap my whip around her, pull her in?
You could have the whip out and ready to go.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
She's gonna be
Okay.
so shocked
Yeah. Ooh!
when she
She
is.
might be a little. What about you? Are you preparing the?
Do I have
do you
flight
have
formal
disguise
on me?
I have disguise self. I don't have to use a spell slot for it either,
Okay, cool.
so I use it.
Have you already disguised yourself though?
That'll be your prep, yeah.
Let's go ahead and say yes.
Yeah, so you take on her appearance.
Mhm.
You've popped the hoodie up and are walking forward.
I will walk up to him and I'll do the biggest puppy eyes I
Oh,
could
God.
possibly muster. And I will tug on his jacket a little bit. So I get his attention.
He stops and goes, "Well, hello."
Hello, sir. I can't do a cute voice, but my cutest voice possible.
Hi, sir.
I'll have the editor make that one.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for my parents. They told me to meet them on 5th Street. Would you happen to know, like, about where that would be?
He looks confused, like, I mean, there's way more than 5 streets.
I think it's next to
Fourth.
Rapid Ben's Smithy. Rapid Smithy.
It's Ben's. That's by the entrance.
Like about like which direction? Could you like point me this way? Like
You see him look over his shoulder at the tiefling woman for a second. And he goes, "Yeah." He turns back with you and starts to point in the direction like where you came from. And he's like, "You're gonna go this way till you get the widest road you've seen, and you're gonna take a left.
Okay, well, this is happening.
There's gonna be lamps and stuff. And the buildings look nicer,
okay.
and then you can't miss it.
Oh.
It's got an awful racket that comes from the outside of it."
Oh. Well, I'll follow the noise then. Thank you.
While this is happening, while that's happening,
Yeah.
do you do anything to try to grab her attention first?
No, because I think that would.
Love you.
I think
Well,
if
because-
I did that, it
Because right now you're blocking me from grabbing her.
Oh, no, you can step through
Oh,
her.
just,
You're
like, step-
allies, so you can move through
yeah.
her. Like
I can't move my thing.
but like move
Thank
up
you.
and then whip to.
Whip, pull her in.
yeah, because if I looked at her first,
So-
then
Can I try-
it'd be-
can I
You have to
attempt-
actually go one more square, I think,
Yeah.
to knock that out. But yeah, you can totally do that.
My whip has a 10-foot range,
Yeah, no,
so
that's
she's
why you
within
can-
10 feet right now, right?
That's why you can
Yeah.
do it from there.
What if I?
Roll to attack. You're not trying to damage, but you need to connect on this.
It is going to be a 19.
19 will connect. I'm not making an opposed check on this one, but you like
Yeah.
and she's like pulled forward.
I'm gonna.
What do you do when that happens?
What do you mean?
Like
Like when she's next to me?
to keep her from screaming.
I was saying,
Like while
do I have
she's
a
next to me
silencer?
now, I'm gonna put my hand over her mouth, and I am gonna tell her, you were being followed. I need to get you out of here for your safety.
Roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
Persuasion with disadvantage. What's my persuasion?
Why disadvantage?
You guide yourself?
Ah! It's a 1.
Ooh, and that one.
Alright, do you assist? Because you are right there as her.
Like, I was
That'll
thinking
make
about
it
something I could
worse.
do. Yeah.
That'll make it worse.
Can I give her like?
What if I do?
What if? Okay, so I was just reading up. I have heroic
Just look what they're
inspiration.
trying. It's
What's
Oh,
the
okay.
total with the nat one? It's
It's
not...
just a 1!
Oh God! All right.
Plus 0.
Okay, good times.
We roll with it. We roll with it. We
Yeah,
roll.
you pulled her in.
plan for
You've
this.
pulled her like so.
I would also loosen the whip.
It is fun when
Yeah,
things
bring
go wrong
bring
sometimes.
it bring the
Yeah.
bring her here. Like you've spun her around and moved her.
Yeah.
And the reason why this doesn't work is she sees herself standing right there, and she's like, it starts to scream.
She's muffled.
But I'm gonna let her make an attempt on this. I need you to roll. This isn't for the combat, but I need you to roll an initiative to see if you can react before this
she
lady
does.
freaks.
Oh, that's cock.
Oh God. 7. It's a 7.
Wait, what's your plus for your initiative?
Hold on, let me look. It's a 9.
Wait, how do you have it no?
Cat,
No,
stop.
wait,
Cat.
how do you have it no? You have plus 2.
The world's
Wait a
fastest screamer.
What does it say? What does it say?
It's a nat 20. So
Can I knock her unconscious?
she goes. I just like
But it is muffled.
full
It is
blown
muffled.
It is
horror
muffled.
It
movie.
is muffled.
It starts off with like the awfulest horror movie scream that it goes.
No, I covered her mouth when I pulled her in.
I
She's
understand, but she goes. She like freaks because of the nat 20.
Run out. You run out.
All
You
right.
run out.
Yeah, I'll let you handle her.
You run
I
out. Run out.
And you,
I run out,
and you
not
run out.
Lady Grey Ladylike, and I
And
stumble
you're
a little bit. Then I
"Oh, shit."
No, I want. Can you match her scream?
Hey, I was going to say.
Yeah.
But
probably.
you still have some more movement,
Hey.
so you could back.
Yeah, I wanna
to-
back
I
her
have
up all
one.
the way.
I have one
There.
little idea that
Yeah.
might be too late to do, but I happen to
Love him.
speak. What is it? Infernal, randomly.
Don't do it.
Like, what if I just walked back that way? Like, just walked like I was just walking by in the street and randomly said out loud, "They're telling you the truth. Believe them."
Well, then keep walking.
Yeah, but just walk right by like I don't have anything to do with it.
Wait, do you act like just like a crazy person at that point? Like, do you just like keep
Yeah.
rambling in different languages and then
shaking.
you're saying,
Can't believe of my friends, all my friends.
yes, wait, yes, do it.
There's an evil dwarf following
But
you.
it sounds like metal. It's like,
Right. These people are here to help you. Yeah, and just act like I'm just walking by in the street completely
walking?
randomly.
Yeah, just keep walking.
well,
Yeah, just walk right by. Because I mean, I don't want them to know.
I love it that you might have actually gotten distracted enough to go back here a little bit, like move your character to there,
Okay.
and like actually like shout
Go
that-
around that way.
Yeah, and say that
Okay.
to them from there.
Are you
Okay,
just
that
rolling
works
your eyes
too.
in a corner
So-
somewhere
Um,
and thinking like, I'm with
so
a.
we're gonna deal with
bunch of-
that on when we
Supposed to be
actually
my
get
cover.
into
Does he
combat.
remember
Once
that?
she gets
but
that scream
you-
out, yeah.
Yeah, you get
Are
the
you saying I'm surrounded
directions.
by idiots?
As the screaming tiefling comes running from the alley, and the dwarf turns around confused, looks down at you.
Jeez, this could have been such a
looks
good plan.
back,
This was a good plan.
and you see him like instinctually reach for something and go,
Oh, it's the pickaxe. He doesn't have the axe.
and that's where we're getting tonight's session.
Ah!
Tyler, we had a great plan.
Yeah,
We
We just
did.
rolled shit.
did.
It was a good put. Sometimes that.
Thank you for joining us.
But I think Arcus
See you
forgot
next
that he was your
time.
cover though.
Yeah, he was supposed to have been.